fuck ups.
All right.
Fuck up.
Yes. I've just now. I thought I had hit the button a while ago, so I have just now turned on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you, Naira. It's gonna be a fun night. So, I want to welcome all of you for this week's episode of The Natural Ones, a live play 5th edition D&D homebrew game that takes place here in the Hive, the beautiful gaming store in Macomb, Mississippi. The rentable role play room you see around us, put up by them to let us show you folks our idiocy and watch as I cause a little bit of trauma to these wonderful individuals. But before we move into our game and begin essentially
Descent into madness.
about to say a world war, we have some announcements to make first. Starting with a question. That question being, folks, what is Reaper? Normally there's a banner we point to, but we don't have the banner anymore. Reaper, the amazing individuals there who kind of support me and sponsor me. They make amazing outdoor equipment. They have like boot knives, tactical spears, machetes, all kinds of bladed weapons and tools. Really great quality, really great and beautiful to look at. I highly recommend checking them out at reaper.com. Just great. I've seen them on Instagram. There's more and more stuff coming out. They had a dragon scaled cleaver that just came out. It was really cool. So yeah, as I always say, Reaper, because the best adventurers need the greatest equipment. I fucked it up. I swapped the adjectives.
It works.
Speaking of swapping adjectives, ladies and gentlemen,
Hello.
Seth has arrived.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Pay no attention to what you see before you.
It means nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I know I sometimes don't pay attention, but where's that from?
It's all right. You're safe at home.
And arriving just in time because the next announcement we have is from those two fine fly nerds.
So fly.
So fly.
I'm pretty fly for a white guy.
The Fleet Street Geeks. So what's coming to us this week from the Geeks?
This week from the Geeks, Tuesday, I'm going to be seeing a D&D movie with a bunch of schmucks from here in the Hive.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're going to do.
Tune into the Fleet Street Geek YouTube channel. I'll probably stream something just for fun.
Stream some
We'll
Ragnarok. Who knows?
You started it.
Yeah,
Well.
I'll play something. So just come here and hang out.
Yeah.
Talk shit about Jeff.
Okay. So usual then.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't want to brag, but this schmuck has already seen the D&D.
Spoilers will be met with the D20.
Oh no! I will not spoil anything. From this
Good.
movie. I will say that I love their because this is a continuation, like it takes place in Faerun. I did a TikTok about things I thought might happen. I was wrong about the city. The city I thought was Waterdeep, but it takes place in Neverwinter. But I was like, I thought Neverwinter was in Northern. There's like almost no snow.
Well, Neverwinter. It is in the
Yeah.
northern region, but there's no snow.
Well, so yeah,
It's called Neverwinter.
yeah, great movie. I'm probably going to end up with the schmucks going to see it again this Tuesday.
Yes. Not to mention going to the Mud Dog Tavern.
The Dogma Tavern. Yes.
Where y'all going to?
We're going to see it in Jackson after seeing it after going to the tavern first for D20 based drinks.
Yes.
And then going to the theater. It's going to be fun.
We're going to pre-game D&D.
It's on the board out front if you want to check it out.
Beat you to it.
Sick on Wednesday.
Who would do that? Oh, I would never do a thing like that. Okay,
Luckily, I don't need to.
Moving on.
I'll say thank you guys at the Fleet Street Geeks. Is Superman Doomsday up yet?
Seth, our editor / uploader.
It's probably up. I probably haven't made it public.
Okay.
It happens.
Looking very forward to because growing up,
Explains
Superman
a
was
lot.
a big part of me. Loved the Doomsday, the Death of Superman. So I'm looking forward to listening to that. So yeah, as always, Fleet Street Geeks, always great things with you guys. Can't wait to see where you guys are. And I believe actually we're going to be losing you for a couple of weeks here pretty soon, right?
Yes, I am dying.
Yes.
I'll come back.
He'll come back.
Like Superman.
Sorry.
Actually, no. You will be in Beauty and the Beast again, will you not?
Yep.
I'm trying to promote you, man. Promote you.
Oh God! Yeah, if you're in the Hattiesburg area at the end of May, beginning of June, come see Beauty and the Beast.
Where?
In the Hattiesburg area at the University of Southern
Just in the whole
Thank
area.
you.
There
It's
you
not
go.
like
You were
there's like
sitting there.
See
3
it from anywhere.
theaters there.
Just drive into Hattiesburg.
I'm still.
and see
I'm
it
trying to
in the
upload a
sky.
video.
All right. With that, as always, we want to say thank you again to the wonderful Hive here in Macomb, the amazing game store. Actually, this weekend they're at a convention in, I think, Lake Charles, in Sycon. But again, wonderful place. Check them out, thehivemacomb.com. They do Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. They're getting into Digimon. They do Digimon. They're into Yu-Gi-Oh! I had that backwards. I'm sorry. And of course, tabletop role-playing game, D&D, Call of Cthulhu, GURPS, the Alien System. This great place and a great community here that I just cannot say enough good things about. The owner, James Bardwell, is a good friend of mine and a member and my co-host of the Playing with Advantage podcast, which we have a new episode of that coming out this Thursday, in which we discuss how D&D appears in media. Like, because we're kind of going off the back to have a brand new movie. We talk about the community episode. We go over the original 2000 D&D movie with Jeremy Irons. But yeah, great episode. Our previous episode about the Three Eyes, which I think is one of my favorite episodes to date. That was really fun to make. So yeah.
There were 4 eyes.
Well, one's a secret eye. Okay, we forgot what it
mentioned
was.
it twice.
Technically, I want to point out that technically
Secret eye.
Brody was right when you said, and the third eye is, I don't know.
5 eyes.
Just because you have a dad card doesn't mean.
I came dressed for the position.
All right. With that, again, thank you to the guys of the Hive. Without you, none of this would be possible. Thank you all so very, very much. And also, thank you to the guys watching us, be it on TikTok, on YouTube, or Twitch. I know a lot of times, like especially with big streamers and any kind of streamer, we'll get into things. But without you guys watching us, like Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, none of this would be available. It's a great platform. It lets you offer a lot of ideas, a lot of exchanging ideas. You can find people that share interests with you. It is literally an amazing platform, and I hope it stays around for a very, very long time. And that's all I want to say on that matter.
Stealing your Wi-Fi.
One other thing. Thanks to the person, we are now up to
Yes!
episode 5.
Yes! Chaos Media. Thank you so very, very much, folks. The Natural Ones is now a podcast. All the previous episodes, I need to finish getting all those arranged for him. We're up to episode 5.
5.
Just
5 went up on Thursday.
I believe it's under the Southern GM. To
Yes.
search that on Spotify. Thank you so very, very much, Chaos Media. I really appreciated that. Like the first time I heard that opening
that was
song.
great.
That is
And
so-
then the introduction of someone. And there was just a visceral reaction listening to this at work.
So yeah, thank you so very, very much, Chaos Media. I really appreciate that. The bag incident.
Poor Finreal never had to deal with that motherfucker.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Be happy you don't know.
So,
We'll bring him back.
episode 6
Please
for
no.
Marcus will be up tomorrow. Thank you.
Bring
So,
it back to me.
with that, have I missed anything? Any other announcements? Let's get into this. Let's see why.
Crazy
Let's see
nonsense.
what is going on. So, with that, when last we came together, actually, real quick, I'm about to sign off my TikTok to watch. I'm gonna close it out here. If you have any questions for us, we'll take a break around 8 o'clock. We'll love to sit and answer questions for you for 15, 20, 30 minutes. So hold questions till then. And with that, let's go ahead and get a quick round of introductions. As I will. Oh, it's also available on iHeartRadio, not just Spotify.
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
son.
I will now exit out of that. As we
We're hitting the
now.
big time now.
All we need is Raid.
We just need XM.
Just need Anchor. No,
To actually work.
right? I think now it's Spotify podcast. The whole thing changed almost.
All right, so with that, let's do a quick round of introductions before we get to a quick recap and get into tonight's story. Starting on my left side.
Hello. My name is Seth. I am playing Kieran Steadybrook, the Halfling Ranger Fighter.
Hello, my name is Derek, and I am playing
Sondrin Nalo, our Drow cleric.
I'm sitting quite nice right now.
I am Ricky. I'm playing Finnegan Tenderfoot, the Halfling Wizard Rogue.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Nathaniel Lasson, the Human Warlock Rogue.
I'm Ben. I'm playing Kara Karajan, the Gem Dragonborn Divine Soul Sorcerer.
I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Grim, the half-orc barbarian.
I'm Bev, and I am playing Finriel Neferin, the half-elf ranger.
And I am Kenneth Moffat, aka the Southern GM. I am the Game Master, Weaver of Tales, Bringer of Fantasy, and tonight, Ruiner of Lives.
Emotional damage.
So, let's get a little music going here. Also, I want to thank Pocket Bard for the amazing sounds and music they put at our fingertips. I love this so much. They have a Discord, by the way, folks. If you want to check them out, they're always doing some amazing things on there. I may end up, breaking down and purchasing the sci-fi stuff as well.
Ooh, nice.
Thank you for that.
Get the sci-fi stuff, and then we can play
And
Mass
the,
Effect RPG.
The Seafaring
I'm
Mass
working on
Effect.
that. I'm working on that.
I really want to do some Star Wars.
All right. So, with that, let's go ahead and
Never played Mass Effect.
I'll play a robot.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
when last we came together, when last we left our heroes, you had
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel.
returning to Port Blaven after dealing with Calling Stone's Carnival. You had taken some downtime around the city, buying a few items, enjoying time with your young Dragonborn wards. Finnegan had been called to consult on matters dealing with the teleportation circle of the Academy, discovering that it was almost like the energy was being drained and was actually caused a rather catastrophic failure, which drew two individuals into it, casting their essences into the astral expanse. Some research into that led you to head to once more to Hour's Gate, the strange ruinous arch on Ilf Thalas where you first encountered, with the abilities of your staff were first engaged. You went there with Halifar, Grim, and Finriel. I don't want an update. While there, you discovered through a memory that your staff had the ability to teleport not in like a normal magical means, but almost as though it were pulling 2 points of reality together, opening a door that you could step through. Using that ability, you teleported back to Port Blaven. Meanwhile, the other members of the Natural Ones, our dear friend Montel, had returned to what was once known as the Broken Jugs, now known as the Silvery Bards, a gentleman's club, so to speak, where when you had detected some rather potent Fey energy, sought to find the origin of it, only to awaken back at your table with a note simply saying you're cute, but not that cute. Our dear friend Kieran, or I'm trying to remember which you basically were staying around the campus, so to speak, staying around school. After giving some money to your friend Tina and sending Donnie with her to establish the Steady Brook Carnival.
40,000 gold is some money.
Have you not met this group?
Well, then I have no money.
The story kind of came to the page turned, so to speak, as you were all made aware of a conspiracy, of an incident brewing involving the Draconians, this ancient race that once inhabited the Dragonborn island of Kralat, and seemed to, at first, want to make peace, though the discovery of Kieran that these members appear to be serving a dark clandestine group known as the Brotherhood of Bone and Scale, as well as the Cult of the Five Heads, which Rikara knows very well to be the cult that worships the Mother of Dragons, goddess of greed and chaos, Tiamat herself. You managed to track down an individual in the docks. Before any questions could be answered, combat ensued, and he literally, upon his death, turned into a vat of goop, or just a puddle of goop. Meanwhile, another one of these draconians, looking a little bit different, this like large purple bald-headed one, accosted Grim in broad daylight on the dock, and rather disrespectfully challenged you to combat. To which, when combat had engaged, him realizing that you were about to best him, did something that not only shook the physical foundations of Port Bladen's dock, but shook the morale of the group. Discovering the true intent of these amulets as he jammed the blade into his arm and twisted it. Every atom in his body for a moment in a state of pure energy before exploding in a small sort of nuclear-like explosion. Those who failed to save found themselves coated in this strange goo, this strange residue that cut off your contact to the magic that permeates the world. And even those who managed to step out of the way of the initial blast, you found that within this area where he had the bomb had gone off, your own connection to magic was very sluggish, was very odd and unusual. After which you all begin, as heroes do, begin to help others. You began to dig through the rubble. You pulled this all happened in Fireside, folks, and it was an amazing thing to watch. Great role play happened. In fact, everybody get a point of inspiration for the amazing role play that went on during Fireside. You were told that even though there were multiple casualties, there was only one fatality. We'll get to that in a moment, who that was. After all this had happened, though, you heard the sound of rubble and stone rumbling and tearing as a mechanical clanking echoed, followed by this metallic roaring noise that echoed from the council district. Kieran was already on his heading back to school to check on the halflings. He will be
Hatchlings.
Thank you, hatchlings. He is a halfling. Let's check on himself.
It's self-care day.
Self-care day. To check on the hatchlings. You will be the first to arrive as the rest of you hearing this take off running toward the council district. I'm going to say, Kieran, in the speed, you'll arrive with about 2 rounds. Actually, you'll arrive 2 rounds for everybody else. You have a few moments to kind of see the scene, see what's happening. But what you see, as we move directly into this, is what you see here on the table. The direction you're coming from is over there. This is the large walled courtyard that sits just before the council building of Port Blaven. You see almost a dozen dead bodies layered out, most of which, most of which appear to be either guards or draconians. You see a few other of the city guards still standing, members of the security team here at the council. These are clerics and paladins of Orion, as well as Halifar himself. Didn't have a chance to paint him. The miniatures finally came in, and Hemlock going toe to toe with several of these draconians. You see one there working this massive tank-like structure in the shape of a wyvern or of a dragon, firing a massive blast at the building. Though right as it seems to about to hit, you see a shimmer of blue as the thing hits and falls off. As you recognize this from your wizard friend, a massive wall of force, basically trying to keep the council building from having any more damage. So, Ken, if you want to grab your miniature and put yourself right at the edge of the wall over there. I do know laser pointer, yes. You with your third in your pocket.
I left him on the table.
Ow.
Kieran, look where are you?
You're gonna need a mini.
It's like a half of Jay Leno.
I mean, might as well get all of them.
I'm giving you the heads up now while we're getting set up. Now that I know what's going on.
To spellcast, do I need to get any of my golems, any of those miniatures? They need to come.
I am out of spell slots. I am here to die with a sword in hand. I can't dimension door out of it this time. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think I need anything.
All right. Revolvers of Bran. Ariel, and then when that needed, you can summon the appropriate drink.
Yep. I brought them all.
I see that. They are very lovely.
If I knew how to paint, I would paint this guy.
So-
So I do not.
Kieran, as you approach, roll me a stealth check with advantage.
Oh goodness. First roll of the evening.
First roll of the evening.
It's gonna be a 25.
As you manage to sneak up to the edge of the once standing perimeter wall, now destroyed, rubble covered the field, you do not appear to have drawn any attention to yourself.
Right. So, goodness gracious! Oh goodness gracious! Does the large entity seem to be a machine of some sort
This
or
one
an
here?
animal? Yes.
Roll me a perception check.
Ooh, that big boy. It's Coffee City, so I need a big boy. Ooh, perception?
Yep.
That's going to be a 15.
As you're watching, occasionally you do see that the draconian there beside it actually will reach up and maneuver and adjust dials and knobs. It does appear to be entirely mechanical in nature.
Okay. Alright, so I see, since him being the, just kind of controlling it, so right now, in case something happens, I'm going to, that's a butterfly. There we go.
Butterfly.
I'm going to, I can go twice as high,
Yes.
and which I am going to,
You still okay? You're gonna fly. Then we get
A few minutes.
So what's the wings?
yeah. I have a few minutes, which should be the entirety of this battle.
Yeah.
So that's a mouse. Damn it! I love that feature, but I hate that like the smallest things. Like, oh, now there's an animal.
How high can you go?
Well, I am going to. I want to cast Hunter's Mark on this one over here.
Which one?
This guy.
Him?
Yes.
Okay. Remembering what happened the last time you tried to cast Hunter's Mark on one of these, to your pleasant surprise, there is no ill effect when you cast Hunter's Mark on the Dreadnought.
Okay, so it's able to happen.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
Let me find my.
Now, although
thought
I
you
am
were
casting Hunter's Mark on
prepared.
him, he is not the person I'm going after first. I am going to head to the guy operating the machine.
Where are the condition rings there?
Should be
They
in the
are
AOE,
in
right here.
condition rings.
Right in front of you. We just said one down. One more.
You silly man.
You need your glasses fixed.
So,
Yes,
I'm
I'm
going to on his tail or something because he's a big boy.
There's
Yeah, I'll do it.
bar.
All right.
Because these guys will probably get a lot of conditions once everyone shows up. And once I've Hunter's Marked him, I'm then going to make my way.
Make your way.
Thank you. Over to this guy, as
Okay.
far as I can go. Which my fly speed is 40 feet.
Are you trying to do this stealthily or also how high up in the air are you? Or are you just like zooming
Well,
on
I
the
was-
ground?
I'm coming up to him on the ground.
Gotcha. Okay.
If I can make it.
That's fair. Yeah. If you go, I do diagonals, so 5,
That was 40
20, 25,
from
30,
there.
35. Yeah, it is a little bit of a far distance from back there.
All right.
So
So.
still got about 15, 20-ish feet.
All right. Well, that's as far close as I can get. Since I'm not within range to use my sword, I will take out my bow and I will fire upon him. Or
Okay.
if
No, remember,
is this going to give me some disadvantage?
Why I did, if you remember, I said you have 2 rounds before everybody else will show up. So you actually have 1 more round, and that round you guys will arrive at the edge of this. So you just want to wait for it, and go again in 6 seconds.
I could have us here when the explosion happened.
Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Outlaws Key.
Right.
The item
So, yeah,
that I
alright.
gave you.
I was okay. Yeah, I was hoping. So yeah, as soon as the explosion happens, you look seeing where the council is. You flare Hour's key, almost like as you lift it up, it extended the full length, and you just slam it down. That strange pale bluish gold portal opening, let's say, will pop you out right there. So if you want to go ahead and light everybody
Goofy,
up.
Mickey, Donald, let's go.
Alright, Sora.
I actually never played the game. I just know about
How is
this
it
stuff.
that we are the
I
two that
recommend
made
it's
the
fun.
two things?
Because
Actually, I'll give you a little bit more space to work with. Bring you 10 feet closer.
Put me
Speaking
next
of-
to
It's my
Grim.
favorite.
Is my
Because I'm
answer.
waiting for the show.
Speaking of
once.
Kingdom Hearts, here's the enemy
Thank you.
character Rikara.
If you don't mind, Ren will be out in this battle.
Okay.
It's like whenever you Pirates of the
We'll be
Caribbean.
summoning Sev once we
Yeah.
get here.
Okay.
Right, it's just like, hello, dog.
So, with that, I will let this be a surprise round if you want to move, take a quick action. Once you fire off Alor's key, like you see a couple of them quickly turn their heads, but it's enough of a surprise that you go, where'd they come from kind of moment.
Okay.
So with that, Kieran, so let's everyone roll for initiatives. As I go ahead and
Can we just say that like I spent that whole time?
yeah, you can get
dashing?
yeah.
I'm sorry
So
that
I
I
won't use
ruined
any
your
attack.
thing
That's
again.
fine. I was actually hoping you use it because like I don't want to do this,
Yeah,
but just
just
Kieran
today.
don't die.
Oh, I'll just let my no, I won't.
No,
I'll
I
just
still
dash
have,
all the way there and then start.
It's
everything
half my proficiency
right up to
bonus,
the
so
guy.
I have technically 2.5 uses, so 2
I
or
think for
3
the
depending
round
on.
it down.
Because I was only doing.
Yeah, so I have one more use of it today.
Okay. I didn't know if you used it twice today. I thought you had.
No, that was the first time I've used it today. I've used it once the day that I got
this
that
is my
ability
highest
to get us back here,
initiative
but
in a
that was
while.
the day before.
So this is my highest initiative in a while.
Okay.
This is as high as my initiative can get.
Oh wow.
Oh, good. 20? 23?
This is 1 point off from being the highest I can get.
Aren't you special?
Yeah, what, 40?
No.
42.
It's 30.
I just remember like the last game ended with them being like, so I guess there's gonna be a war, and then it's just like, oh, it's here. They didn't waste any time.
That's why, like I said, I put the thing in the chat. Oh, look, did I accidentally award?
Did I accidentally award?
Like Archduke Ferdinand like got shot, and then an hour later we're in the trenches. Like,
That's how it worked, right? That's how it happened.
These Draconians are just like,
By the way,
we got
I don't know
time.
if you know anything about the story of Archduke Ferdinand, but that is like the perfect example of
D&D game.
no somebody coming back in time and make sure that guy died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of
You s-
fuckery going on.
You say that, but that sounds exactly like what y'all described the first episode of The Natural Ones to be.
That's
Yeah,
Fail, 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 fail,
a lot
fail.
of
Oh, look.
kerfuckery to lead to success.
One success.
In my defense,
Only at the
Unintentional. You failed into
it was all
success.
Reed's fault.
As we were leaving
Go ahead,
the
yeah.
tavern, did we
So,
finally
Kicked
get
them out.
to finally figure
Do
it
you
out?
know how Archduke Ferdinand died?
one.
It was
Yeah, a guy
nice-
walked out of
Of
a
a
sandwich
sandwich
shop
Yeah.
It was
into
like,
a back
oh,
alley.
My job. Ha. Kaboom.
Because the driver got lost.
Exactly.
Yep.
I wonder
The
if he
driver got
finished
lost
the
following
sandwich.
the other vehicles he was supposed to follow.
All right, Finrio,
18.
Grim,
5.
Ooh.
Rikara,
19.
Montel,
30.
Finnegan,
23.
Sorndrin,
20.
Kieran.
19.
Okay. Give me a moment to arrange this.
That's a lot of dice to roll.
Okay. So,
Group initiative.
Hyrule is the infiltrator.
He has a title.
I think there's a little green guys.
Followed by Halifar.
You know what this means? Both of them got higher than the 30.
Scary.
Sorry. I put him on. I didn't say it. You're going first. I did not though.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
You don't have to
We
tell
are
me.
panicking.
I
I didn't think
figured.
about that. That was a little frightening. now that you guys mentioned it.
I
That was
just
gonna be a
In
figured.
that case, it's Montel, the infiltrator, Finnegan, Halifar.
Oh. Look at you. Out in front. Get your spells out.
So last Sunday when I wore this, I was leaving the house and my wife was like, "Where are you going?" I was like,
Mastermind.
"Wizard shit." And my mother-in-law died laughing. I just walked out the door with no other explanation.
You think your wife practiced?
I said I was going to do a thing, and I damn forgot I was going to do the thing.
Thank you very much.
My
They're
wife
like, oh,
tuned in
wow.
for the first time ever last Sunday, and because my mother-in-law was asking questions about what the hell I was doing, and so she was. That's why I was asking what the stream was last week.
So then
This would be
That-
my
And then she was like, "Who's the
Uh,
guy with the messed up tires?" And I was like, "He's doing
Rakara and Kieran, who has the higher deck?
You're funny.
That's hilarious. Say it again.
Kieran, then
I
Rakara,
thought we said no more jokes.
then Hemlock.
Oh.
I almost, I was 2 seconds away. I told Jeff this on the
Finrio.
Discord, putting up a GIF of a guy
Stormfront.
slowly putting away his rubber chicken.
At the same talk.
So I mentioned I was going to do a way to skim down initiative like with other NPC, and then I forgot and rolled an initiative for everybody.
That's cool. Oh, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So good. This will be fun.
All right. No, I've got it. I took care of it. So just going to use that one. So all right. Initiative order is Nathaniel, Finnegan, Halifar, the other non-named NPCs, Kieran, Rakara, Hemlock, Finreal, Shornan, and Grim. So up first we have Nathaniel.
Isn't like,
Outside.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Difficult terrain trying to climb onto the mechanical dragon?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Since you asked,
55. So anyway, I'm gonna make it to the top of this dragon in one go.
Cool. Are you climbing or porting on top of it?
I'm out of spell slots.
Cool.
Hey, when you're
Roll
standing
me.
up,
Yeah.
they'll calm it
Sorry.
down. So.
Yeah, remember the microphone's right there.
Yeah.
So I will need a athletics check to
10,
climb onto
20,
it.
25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah. Okay.
So maybe,
You will get onto the tail with difficult terrain.
yes.
14?
14 is a failure. As you go to grab onto this thing, you feel it kind of shift and shake. Just the constant vibration of its movement. As you go to lunge on, and just kind of push you off. You're not prone. You're just like right there behind it. Okay. But it's at this point you can feel that the further up this thing goes, there's an immense heat that's just radiating off of this. About every 6 seconds or so, you see at the top of the wings these large gouts of blue smoke.
Okay then. And I see Kieran has come up to that one
Yep.
as well. How far away how close to someone do I need to be for that spell?
Finnegan, you're up. After you're on deck, rather.
Because cool. I need a con save from them.
Who them?
Flesh to stone. The one taking care of the dragon. The
Okay.
one in front of Kieran.
Thought you're out of spell slots.
I am. This is my 6th level spell.
Extra spells.
Okay. What's the save?
Con.
DC.
DC 16.
Infiltrators do not have that ability, so it's a straight save. 9.
Cool. They start turning into a statue. They have to make a con save every round until it either passes or fails 3 times.
The Basilisk escape. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
And if I maintain concentration, it stays a statue.
All right.
That's all for me.
Okay, so with that then, Finnegan with Halifar on deck.
all right. Finnegan.
Begin again.
There was an old man named Michael Finnegan.
Sorry.
Finnegan is going to.
You.
Finnegan is going to run forward. 25, 30.
By the way,
35
technically
feet.
your portal opened at that edge.
Right here.
So 5 starts in front of it.
And he is going to cast. He's going to open up his coat,
Okay.
and 10 daggers are going to fly out of his coat with animate objects.
As Finian rushes forward, the coat, and then just 10 daggers fly out.
And for my bonus action, I will direct them to the first green guy directly in front of me.
As a foot soldier.
Yep, that guy.
Alright.
So. Jeez, gonna be a lot of fucking rolls. Okay, one of those is natural 20.
Okay.
So. I have scrap paper. One's a 16. That's another natural 20.
Jesus Christ.
And a 14.
Okay.
Another natural 20. And a 10.
AC on these guys is 15.
That's a 10 and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 12 and an 18.
The slack jawed look tells you these guys are just little, like, cannon fire.
Okay,
Just there
so
to be foot soldiers.
it's a +8 to hit, so the only one that's going to miss is the 5 with a 13.
All right, let's go ahead and get the crits out of the way for the first one. Say when.
Okay, win.
These are daggers, right?
Yes.
Piercing. Say when again.
Win.
Okay. So
There were 3.
there were 3.
Yep.
This guy woke up in the morning and was
Say
like,
again?
I'm going to start a war.
One more time.
Win.
What's wrong?
I'm gonna be honest. The first one you've got may
May nullify the rest.
let you read off because it's piercing. That's the second one there. If you'll read off the title of it, please.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Shot through the heart.
All right. He must make a DC 18 con saving throw. On a failed save, loses half of his max hit, half of his points, and takes triple damage.
And. That's a 4. And.
DC of 18. You got a plus 4 to con. 9 plus 4 is 13. Roll damage. He is taking triple after losing half. Just do 40 points of damage to him.
Oh, that's. I mean, it's a guaranteed 40 points of damage.
Your next
Correct.
attack deals an additional 1d6 of damage. Your speed is increased by 5 feet.
You got a 40-foot speed now.
For the remainder of this encounter, your speed's increased by 5 feet.
Okay. For the record, I'm going to do a
Minimum.
a minimum of 40 damage, of 40 damage, without
Okay,
any
yeah,
damage
he's-
rolls.
Like he is just like
He's a pincushion.
as you watch as this one rears back with this weird looking trident in his hand. The guard in front of him, terrified. All of a sudden, it's just actually all of a sudden it's just like right through the heart of this thing. And it's just remove him off the table, please. No, I'm sorry. I misread the crit. It's not basically this guy can only take one action for this till
Him?
he completes a short rest. Yeah.
Because he saw what happened. Or?
Well, no, because the crit was pinned in place, half movement and half action. I misread that and double his. Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
He's down from 3 attacks to 1.
he's dead. Okay. That'll end my turn because that's movement, action, and bonus
Yeah.
action.
So literally just
Yeah, you
All right.
guys just watch me fucking assassinate somebody.
You got that room going.
We didn't even know you had that many throwing
The
lines.
tenderest of feet.
so
I've had those for
so-
like out of game
Yeah.
months.
yes. I remember when you got them.
Yeah.
You got those back when you were going to go fight the vampire. It was one of the
Yeah,
things.
when you
Yes,
came back
yeah,
looking
yes.
like Helsing.
You came like geared like Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
So this is now
holy
Halifar's
water
turn.
and shit.
Uh,
which I
The
still
moment,
have
actually, I'm
somewhere.
gonna get his pass is high enough. I'm gonna let him say that he sees that. All of a sudden, you see him turn, and there's like a smile that comes across his face, and all your head you hear, It's about time you guys showed up. It's getting a little scaly here. No offense to Kara. As he's going to turn. He is currently.
Well, I wasn't taking offense.
So he's got this guy here. You watch. So actually, no. He knows. This one here. Then he's going to turn to face this one. Yeah. You watch as he's just like you see. There's a moment of. As he throws his hand out. You see a familiar black necrotic blast slam into that mastermind. He drops dead. And across the battlefield, you hear, "Kill!"
Does Hellfire not have to look for the thing?
He does not.
That's a purple one. Okay.
So he did.
Perhaps a second Kieran has PTSD.
That does not drop him to 0, just instantly kills him. So the abilities do not go off.
So he did.
That's
He is
Oh,
dead.
That's
oh,
effective.
you think that gave you PTSD? Just wait a minute.
With that, Halifar is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Put him right there.
You're just gonna
All right.
die.
Oh no, there's going to be a moment.
The other NPCs. No, so, okay. I'm taking a modified way that Brendan Lee does this. It's kind of a twist on mass combat. Move this guy to here, please.
This one here?
Right there.
Okay.
He is getting a +5 to his basically his skill roll. That's over 19. The foot soldiers are +3. That's a 16. That is 1 victory to him, 1 loss to him. Best 2 of 3 wins the round.
Okay.
So I'll make he has 1 victory. That's 1 to him. Bring that guy up to him. Same thing, +5. It's not great. It's only 7. Yeah, so that's 1 loss to him. Foot soldier's going to make his only attack. Okay. That soldier failed. All right. Next, now we come to these here. If you'll move that one forward. Paladin has a +10. Yeah. First victory for the Paladin. Second attack. It's a natural 20. That one's dead. Guard up top there is going to take an attack. That's a failure on that attack.
He's the one on the
Yes,
He's camping.
Uh,
He deserves to die.
Okay, so you watch as the cleric here.
Certain campers.
He's going to. By the way, they're bearing marks of the Temple of Orion, god of law, justice, and order.
People we just met.
You watch as they raise their staves. If you have any reduced HP, they're casting Mass Healing Word. It's going to be a total of 16 points of health returned to you.
Anybody who has.
Yeah, they're high enough level that they can reach this entire. Yeah, just everybody. Yeah, with
We
no
get,
rank,
we
yeah.
get how much?
16.
16.
Hell yeah.
Just
I don't
take
have nice
the
health
win.
anymore.
Second one is also
Neither do
going.
We took damage or we heal?
Yeah.
You heal, yeah. No, yeah, the paladin's got.
Bastards!
The last
That's
just
what I was
similar
trying to
gods.
figure out. I was like, what? Wait, I'm confused.
Move her right there. She is also going to go with Healing Word. Okay, not as great. Only 12 points on that
Any healing is good healing.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm with him on this one.
one. That's the unnamed NPCs. Kieran, it is your turn with Ricaro on deck.
Alright, the guy in front of me who's operating the machine.
Yep.
He's slowly turning to stone.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just so you know.
oh, well, then, shit. I was going to try to attack him, but I guess since he's turned to stone, he won't be much of a problem. He's by controls.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to push some buttons and see if I can stop whatever this machine is.
Roll me an intelligence check.
This is gonna be great. Natural 20.
You're fucking kidding?
Natural 20. Oh,
Halfway
obviously.
power.
Obviously.
It's obviously the big red button.
as he's like standing there, you see from like his feet to about his knees at this point, like dark gray stone as he's
I know those words.
you were just like dive underneath his legs and leap up onto the edge of this thing. Not gonna make you make the save for it because of a natural 20. You're just like looking around like I don't understand. And you see it. This big red button in front of you.
Not since Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Which button? Yes, button.
So what are you trying to do with it?
I try because it seems the machine's operating.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just trying to turn it off to stop it.
You reading Draconic?
I've been teaching the party.
A
of-
little
We've
bit.
been
Trying
trying
to, but
The alphabet's really
On a
hard.
natural 20, roll me a luck roll with advantage.
12.
12. The Draconic word there means kill, end, or stop.
This music very fitting now.
I'm not about to fucking.
Push the damn buttons.
Oh God.
All of a sudden, you see oil and steam and smoke. As that was basically a purge kill switch. It was to stop this thing from like overheating and blowing up.
Whew.
You just hear kind of a.
All right, with the statue being in the guy in front of me being in a statuesque position like this, I high five him and I spend my movement trying to get to the guy I hunter's mark.
Okay.
you got
40 feet.
You just flying low, right?
Yeah. Combination of flying and Naruto running.
You're at 35.
Nice.
So you tell me which side you want to be on him.
Yeah. To the side. No, to the front. I want him to look at me in the eye. And I assume that's everything because that was
Yeah,
see the
you
line.
basically scare up there
So
next to Hemlock,
We'll
this
see the
massive
light in
flipping
his
blade
eyes.
as he's holding you two hands, just like slamming, trying to get it break through this dreadnought's defenses.
Can I draw my sword?
Yes, I'll let you draw your
Alright.
sword.
Fantastic. Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
All right. With that, Rakara, you're up with Hemlock on deck.
You said we started over here.
Yeah.
Basically, right there. Yeah. Once you start, you're at 5.
As if I didn't plan for that. As if I didn't plan for that.
Kill switch engage.
Camper magic.
I'm going to. The rest of the party's around me, right? Essentially, the rest of the party's like in
Yeah, like
in the
you're
get-
spreading it, yeah.
starting to spread out, but I can still reach out and touch
Yes.
without. Okay. I'm going to twin haste on Grim and Finn while they're standing there.
Okay. So Finreal and Grim are hasted.
Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
And then I'll step out here,
What color is hasted?
and
Is it green
Ren
for
will
gold?
fly out
It is. It is green for goat.
over here.
Hastened.
That was,
We'll put
that was
those
a
on.
dumb idea, and it worked.
Well, there's like 3 kinds of green though.
Let's move her back
That's
there.
It's like a lime green.
And then I will quicken psychic glance at that guy.
Which guy?
That,
Nope.
one.
Yeah. Cool.
That is a intelligence 18 save.
Modified 1. They've got a -2 to their intelligence.
Okay, so that will be that's a lot of ones. That's fine. 22 psychic damage. And
22 psychic damage.
that'll end.
Okay.
Among other things
Oh,
that
that's
he can't
right.
do.
That's right. He has other things.
There's
if
other
he
things that
fails
he
it,
can't do.
Oh.
And don't forget all that other special stuff.
he is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Gotcha. Okay. So as you hit him with the lance, you know. Anything else?
And that's it.
Hemlock's turn.
Sitting there foaming at the mouth.
Finreal, you're after on deck. Kira, as you slide up for a moment, you literally like skitter in just as that sword passes over your head, trying to cleave into this dreadnought. Hemlock's like, finally, some backup. Let's get this thing. So he rears back and takes his first attack. That's going to be a miss on the baseline 2 for Hemlock.
I will portent, give him a 13.
13. 13 plus 8 is a 21. That will hit. Deal. Oh, shit, that's almost max damage.
I went to high school with a guy named Max Damage.
You know what? On that, he'll fire off a smite as well. D8s. Where are my D8? There they are. 18, 22, 24, 26, 31 points of damage on the first dreadnought. How far? Hemlock, second attack. Actually, no, he's going to be smart. He's going to, still engaging, slide around to there. Except that's a huge creature that everybody it won't get advantage on. That thing's too big for just 2 of them.
I just now noticed after you
Second
made the
attack.
Boros joke.
Oh yeah. We'll hit. Actually, you know what? Bonus action first. He is going to go with a. Let's go with the branding, the searing smell. We'll add some fire damage onto that. Again, almost maxing the dice there. So that is 17, that's 22, 9, 37 on that one. Way to go.
Ooh.
Hemlock, tearing into him. All right.
Atta boy.
There's now this massive brand like the side of this thing's face is that. I'm sorry, there's also 2d6 fire damage. That's he's wielding a Holy Avenger.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Oh, damn.
A little extra damage to that. Not fired at Holy. For one that was a flame, I gave him a Holy Avenger. He's tearing into this thing. So, with that, Hemlock's turn. Finreal, you're up.
Finreal is going to use his action to summon Seth.
What color is your boy?
My boy is going to be a silver.
It's a silver. Go silver.
Oh, Silver! Away!
We'll just use this.
I mean, if you'll let me.
I mean, what size is it?
That's
large.
gargantuan.
Oh, darn.
Oh my god.
But the base is large, so it counts.
No. Mine up there is gargantuan.
Oh,
Ours
sorry.
huge. Either
Is he
huge or
that big?
gargantuan. It's
Right now he's that big.
We
Yeah.
are going to be flying on Seth.
all right. You leap up onto your.
How to Train Your Dragon much?
Bonus action
Okay.
has Guardian of Nature, 4th level.
All right.
And with my hasted action, I will make 1 shot at this guy.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Kill it.
That would be a 22.
Oh, that definitely hits. Definitely
Wow.
hits.
Good job.
Is a D6
Does incapacitated mean
and a
auto crit?
D6.
No.
no.
It just no actions, no reactions.
You're thinking paralyzed. That's if they're
Yeah,
within
paralyzed,
melee distance.
it's-
Yeah.
Which 11.
I love this music.
That is 29 piercing damage and 1 cold damage.
I feel like I'm watching Phantasmic.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I only get the
True.
1 shot.
All right. So,
Just see brooms and mops everywhere.
Sorndrin, you're up with Grim on deck.
Alright. So, bear with me, I have to do some math.
Yeah.
So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Remember when did you ever see The Sorcerer's Apprentice?
Within
5,
Huh?
10,
Yeah.
20,
Yeah, where they redid that scene.
40.
Yeah, the movie's kind of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
What do you think the Dungeons and Dragons movie is for me? I know the movie's bad, but it's so good.
Okay.
I love it.
So, if this works the way I'm going to ask, I will have just enough movement.
Okay.
Running 30 feet.
Okay.
Summoning.
Okay.
Using her action and bonus action to carry him the other 80 feet. Because he saw what caused the problem at the pier. Her initiative is directly after his, and she has her own action and bonus action. Or action and
Give me
movement.
either religion or arcana with advantage. Your choice of which.
I don't even know which one's going to be. It's just how bad it's going to be. It's going to be a 13.
So you want to move your full 30, summon her
As my action.
as your action, and let her carry you.
Her action and move would be carrying me the other 80 feet.
Oh, yeah. Because what she is, she can easily do that.
I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is summoned and going to be right with me as well.
Okay.
She is defender at 6th level. So,
We'll put Ravinia.
But she carries
Good
you
luck.
in the most silly of ways.
oh, look, it's going to be.
Fireman scary.
If I may take some narrative control, I know exactly how you do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, you draw your blade and you charge down that foot soldier. He's like engaged with two, but he sees you coming, turning to face you. As you like go to leap up, and suddenly behind you is like a black void of feather and shadow before wings expand, showing this archangel of Mormoncar. As she literally comes underneath, grabbing your shoulders, her wings picking you up and over the foot soldiers. He's before carrying and landing you right in front of the mastermind there.
And then you hear Liam O'Brien say,
Absolutely not.
and that's.
Told you guys I was making no promises.
Yep, that's all we got for right now.
All right. So with that, we have Grim, and then we'll start back at the top with Nathaniel.
Okay. So let's see. Speed is doubled because of haste. Yeah. It'll give me enough to get to that first guy with the two guards fighting him.
What's up?
I forgot to put the Iron Drake literally rolled a 3 for its initiative, so I gotta put it. I'm gonna put it at the very end.
Even though it's shut down?
Yep.
Okay. So you're that guy, right? Okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to set your Iron Drake down. It's not following any sort of port-believing OSHA violations. It's just I gotta shut you down.
I
What
just
the
got.
hell, Speedy?
I just got to end this right now. So I'm going to swing at that guy.
All right. He is 3/4 engaged. You have advantage on the attack.
Good.
Because you're both medium creatures.
Goody. And I also have a level of exhaustion. That's great.
You're a sleepy boy.
That is going to be.
Exhaustion's only on skill checks right now, so you should be
Yeah, that's
fine
only
with that,
skill
yeah.
checks, so I'm good. That's a total of 22.
On the foot, so yeah.
22. This.
He's had 2 successful hits against
Yes.
him. That means he is also at about half health currently.
Cool.
You want to make sure your players are doing things stupid in the city. Level up the city guards with them.
Mm-hmm. Always at least one level ahead.
Yep.
21 points of damage
He should be
with the
dead.
first swing.
No.
Second swing.
Yeah.
I mean, I did 40 again.
But
Same thing, 22.
Oh, yeah.
so it's been
Ooh. That's 33 points of damage.
How much?
33.
Gotta get that one.
What about
Once I got there,
You have an extra your haste, remember? You have an extra action.
Oh yeah.
So as you rush up to this one, as he's turned back to watching Sorendrin sail over him, again focusing on these two guards who they are haggard and beaten. He rears back this weird trident, the strange energy building along it as he just kind of and then it's like a frozen knife through butter as Grimfrost just comes down right here at the first top, slamming in here as he now as you just pull it back out as he is not dead.
Okay. It took me 65 movement to get to there. Let's see. I will move an extra 15 feet towards that big guy that Karen's on, and let's see. My next action. Let's see. He's within 30 feet. Cool.
Okay.
I will use the chain of returning to fling Grimfrost at him. The 16
for the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
You watch as Grimfrost, just that tail comes up, knocks it out of the way.
Bonus action to pull it back to me.
All right.
Question before you do that. What was your roll on the dice?
4.
Make it an 8.
So add another 4 to it, so it would be dirty 20.
If it beats it, it beats it. Right on it. Bravo, Mr. Finnegan.
I
There
did
it
not
goes.
expect myself to be using an 8 to increase your attack roll.
But you gotta remember, you can use that on their rolls too.
I know.
So Grim,
I
as
think
you
that's
roll
what
the
that's
chain,
what I was expecting.
you
to
can
use the
see
8
it
on.
happening. You can see that tail coming up and spatting it away. And right before it happens, Finnegan, you pull on the power. This is part of Alor's staff, right?
Yes.
You pull on the power of the staff and just, and then fate and time readjust.
I can't. I don't think I can do that for him.
Why not?
Because I've already done that once this turn and I haven't had another turn yet.
You have not, correct? You have not.
Add
So it does miss. So that's fine.
Fate turns. Fate
I tried.
rewinds.
I tried.
That's good.
Another
Good.
Nick Cage movie, by the way. I forget. Jessica Biel was in it. I don't remember the name of it. But
Alright,
he
so
can,
that was a miss
he
on
can
that.
see like
So
you know
that-
the AC is
10
1.
seconds into the future. So.
But
It's knowing because
anyway.
it's 10 seconds.
Yeah.
at the end.
I
Bring it
will
back to you.
I will go ahead and
Alright.
Sure.
roll to bring it back to me, which it does at a 16.
Yeah.
DC was 13. And I'll fling it again
One more time.
for my second attack. That's going to be it, though.
Is that second from haste?
This is my second move for my next action.
Haste only lets you do one attack. It doesn't
Oh,
let you do
additional
additional
attack.
attacks.
Okay.
But
Then
you only
that's
took. Did you take one attack from that first guy or two?
He took
Two.
2.
Yeah,
Okay.
22 damage and then 30.
I thought I got like an extra action, so that meant the entire attack action. No.
No, when it says that action, it does specify one attack.
I looked
Okay.
it up.
O-
too.
Otherwise, high-level fighters just get freaking ridiculous.
They already do.
I get 10 attacks.
They
So,
already get 8.
that is going to be it.
All right, now we come to the Iron Crack, and it makes a roll. Montel, give me a free action perception check.
27?
For a moment, you swear you hear something inside this machine. So something's trying to turn over.
Okay.
All right, Nathaniel, your turn.
Question. Do you want him to make that
It'll be made on his turn.
on his turn? That's what I was about to ask.
There's a kobold sitting there with an ignition key going.
No, he's just like, right with this. Come on.
No, it's not. It's an old kickstart motorcycle.
I throw my arm behind me and Eldritch Blast at this guy who's
Okay.
going towards the archer.
All right. Yeah, he's not looking too good.
At 11th, it's 3 or is it 2?
3.
It's 3? Okay. That isn't that one.
Ah, hang on. Go ahead and roll your other ones. But say win for me.
When? 24. And dirty 20.
Roll me a d4.
Oh no. Just the
3.
smile.
Hop to it. You cannot walk for the next 3 minutes. You can only jump. This is rendered as half your movement.
Okay.
What? Does it say why?
No, it's just it's a wild magic. It's a magical failure.
Magic's all fucky, man.
You must hop.
But anyway,
Think that, the magic causes
so-
these to not work right. Look, they're stuck. What?
the lowest of the other two was the dirty 20.
Yeah, AC of 15 on that guy. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool.
We must bound.
That's it.
I got 2 perception questions.
Okay. Finnegan, you're on deck, by the way.
Yep.
10 damage.
10 for both of them, just the first one.
That's for both of them.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's all for
What was
me.
your question?
Alright, so when we saw this thing firing, was it fire or was it something else we saw?
Roll me perception, because it has yet to fire, because he got to it enough to shut it down before
Okay.
he could.
I don't know what it does. So that's a 21.
21. There looks to be like crushing, bludgeoning, as well as some sort of char damage across the front of this.
Okay.
So fire and some sort of like blunt force object.
Second question. The purple one I'm standing next to, do I see the same necklace that we've seen before?
On that, you do.
My turn.
Yep.
Okay. Intelligence saving throw on the big feller.
On the Draconian? On the
Yep.
Dreadnought?
Yep.
The big feller.
Which
2!
That's gonna be a fail.
You got a +0. Rolled a 2. So,
Right.
That's a lot of damage.
26 psychic damage. Roll from psychic lance.
Oh, another one.
how much?
26.
26.
And
And
incapacitated.
the
Incapacitated.
incapacitated. And then I will command my daggers to fuck him up.
So incapacity just means you can't take reactions or actions.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
Daggers.
let me make sure. Yep. All right. That's 16 and a 3.
Your AC is 20.
So
Well, this is without mod.
Gotcha. I see what you're doing.
17 and 3.
you waste plenty good rolls on the small guy.
I know, right? 10 and 9? Or is that?
That's a
yeah.
9.
Yeah, you.
Oh, I get to re-roll that. Oh, wow.
You get to
You get to
re-roll
re-roll
both
both
of
of
them?
those?
Oh, wow.
Shit!
You can't re-roll that
Nope,
one.
can't re-roll that one.
Got that one.
Yep.
Rolled another that
Okay.
one, so yep.
Ow.
Roll that one
The
back.
universe is balanced once
All
again.
right, so
Plus 8s.
Really balanced.
question.
Yes.
Outdoors key gives me a +1 to spell attack bonus. Would that count for the attacks with these spells? with
These
the
are
daggers.
attacks done through spells. Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Is it plus 8 or plus 9?
it'd be +9. So it's
Anything 11 or higher. will hit.
23. Yep. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 hits.
Say win for your natural one.
Win.
Start hopping.
I'm not giving you the same one I gave Monta. I'll literally pull hop to it again.
Oh my god!
I'm not
I was joking. I was like, get
Go
the
again.
hopping.
That was
win.
the universe.
Only a D4.
Get hopping.
No.
1.
Okay. Only another D4.
Oh gosh.
For the next 1 minute,
4.
your spell attack bonuses and save DCs are lowered by 4.
Ooh.
So for the next 1 minute, they're minus 4 to your attack bonuses and saves.
All right. So the damage is
applying to this one right now?
No, I would say starts after
Okay.
this.
I want to make sure for the math.
I don't know. That's football.
There we go.
Some days.
Boing.
4 plus 4.
Boing.
Boing. 7, 8. So 6 and 7. It's going to be 13. 21 points of damage.
Chaos. 21?
Yep.
Chaos.
Anything else?
Nathaniel's
That
turned
is.
into Tigger.
I'll move up.
You can move another 5 feet if you wanted. You still got. Oh yeah. You got that bonus, so now you have 40 feet of
I
movement.
thought you were going to say the great thing about Montel is there's
Yep.
only
All right,
one.
so
Well,
that'll,
Sure,
yep.
clump together.
That's
everybody.
fair too.
That'll end it.
All
Clump
right.
together, everybody.
That we know of. We haven't met his family yet.
Come together. I'm on my own.
I'm talking about like 4 of them right there.
So am
They
I.
are taking on the big guys.
I know.
So
So, Halifar's turn. He's going to also see what that spell do.
which spell you trying?
Keep it a secret.
I was gonna say because I got page pulled up, I could pull it.
Yeah. All right. Let me give him a because he's close enough. He can also do a. That's not his dice. Okay. That's better. Yeah, that's like a 27 for him as well. Actually, sorry, 26. So he's going to cast Globe of Invulnerability. Let's see if I need to see if it's big enough. Is the question.
It's so big.
I think it's like 10 by 10.
10 by 10.
It's either
It's so
5
big.
foot, 5 foot diameter or 10 foot diameter. I want to say, because you can use it like a hamster ball.
Okay, yeah, that's
Just
the one
about
thing
the
I'm
same
trying to think
time.
of. There's the other one that's like 30 feet. Well, not 30. There's one that's a bigger sphere that you can like lock stuff in. So never mind. Then he's not going to do that.
Down.
You know what? Then he's just going to go with a 6th level magic missile. Then.
Magic missile.
Are you looking for one that encapsulates something of a large size or
Yes.
smaller?
Yeah. Well, no, the huge size or smaller.
Oh,
So magic missile. Let's see here, one additional from starting with 3 at 1. So it's plus 5, so it's 8. It's going to be 8d4 plus 8. He is going to fire it at. You know what? He's going to target the big boy here, who appears to be trying to slam through that wall of force. It's 8d4 plus 8. 3, 5, 9, 10. 12, 16, 23, 31 to the second dreadnought. Okay. Then he'll move up closer to this thing. Come right at it. So as he's running up, you see him just kind of throw his hand and 8 missiles slamming into the dreadnought. So with that, we come now to other NPCs. All right.
Go, other NPCs.
What's this?
Let's see. Basically, right now, the only one that's engaged NPC to NPC is the archer and the foot soldier, which he just barely deals some damage to that guy. That's one additional save. Well, one pass for him. He'll fire his second shot. Miss on that one. So. All right. The mastermind is going to turn and face you, Sondrin. You hear, "You're too late. We have already begun." as he is going to. You're too close for that. Roll me a con saving throw. As you watch again, as his mouth opens into this thick green miasma. A con saving throw.
Is it seem to be targeted?
It does not. It's like a cone effect coming out of it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So con. A little bit of medic. What level would you say that Hemlock is?
Scale of 1 to 20, about an 18.
Good, I'm within 30 feet.
Oh yeah, that.
That's-
yes.
that's what I was like-
That. He has that.
Just in case. Because at base, that's a 13.
Okay.
So whatever the plus is,
Oh, for his charisma,
yeah.
plus 5.
So that's an 18.
You save. You're only taking half of 10d6.
Ooh. Okay. Wait. I also have to roll for her. Because it would hit her too, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so.
Love that noise.
Roll.
Ooh, a lot of fives in there.
It's like Lucy when she gets a nickel from Charlie Brown.
Nickels.
The beautiful sound of clanking nickels. Kink.
Alright, she's gonna fail.
Okay. So she will take 38 points of poison damage. Technically, I don't think she can gain levels of exhaustion.
I'm so tired.
You will take 19 points of poison damage. And you are now immune to noxious breath for 24 hours.
You said 38 to her and then 19 to me?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to make sure.
So it's like almost like you feel your body adjust instantly to the effects of it. And then he will make his 2 attacks. As that has to recharge for that. 2 rend attacks at you, sir. Again, these claws seem to lengthen like almost obsidian-like shards. First attack,
This flute's going crazy.
14. Second attack, 11. Even though you're hacking and coughing, you can almost sense these 2 claws coming down. You just that massive plate armor, the armor you wear, just blocking you. All right, so dreadnoughts are now going to make their attacks. This one against Hemlock. Was a natural 1 on his attack. Somebody say win for
Win.
Dreadnought.
No hesitate.
He drops his weapons. He has to spend the rest of his turn to pick them up. So yeah, that's that. This one is going to attempt to bash through the wall of force. It's not going to do anything to that.
Wait.
That one.
One of them was incapacitated.
Yeah, the one with Thunder
Oh,
Mark
he's
is
Incapacitated.
He never made
That's
the.
fair. That's fair.
never
Thank
made
you.
the-
He couldn't have done anything anyway. So
still
nothing
have my
there.
sword.
This one there has to make this. What's the spell to save DC he's trying to
Put
make?
on one of those
16.
incapacitated rings, but
16. What's the modifier?
Con.
Why couldn't it be Dex? That's a 2. The paralysis, the stone slowly creeps up
So
further.
there's going to be 2 fails
Yep.
for him?
Mm-hmm. One more
Needs one
fail,
more.
he turns to stone, and if I can hold it for a minute, he stays.
This one is going to start moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 right there. You watch as these 2 clerics are going to fire off Flame Strike. Is that the cleric version of Magic Missile?
Flame Strike.
You think Artie would have this memorized by now, but it's compartmentalized.
We don't have a magic missile, but give me a second. I got Flame Strike is 5th level. Are you thinking Sacred Flame?
That's it, Sacred
which is
Flame.
the cantrip?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Front up a little bit. Read it off to me real quick.
Target must succeed on a Dex saving throw
Okay.
or take. And you're gonna have to give me a base, like a scale of 1 to 20 for the cleric.
Oh, these are level 12s.
Okay, so 3d8 on failure,
Cool.
nothing on a pass.
All right. So one's going up that one. That is a failure. Other one is going to go off the dreadnought. He's going to instantly fail because he's incapacitated. We said 3D.
3d8.
3D8.
Fun thing about the spell is not affected by
We're gonna
cover.
need the circle.
Yeah.
We're gonna need the circle anyway.
8.
That's what I'm-
Yeah, I'm
8
almost
and
for a
7.
40-foot circle.
That's what I thought it was. You pulling the
16.
crowns.
20. Almost got max damage. 23. To that one, which he's dead. And then on the dreadnought,
35.
15 on the dreadnought.
So the far guy's dead?
Yep.
Oh,
Don't we have an actual thing that measures the?
somewhere hidden around.
One
We
is 40.
This one.
The yellow
the green one
might
with
be.
wings.
Yeah.
This one.
You.
Does someone have like an actual circle?
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not 40 feet.
I was advised by the Mrs. Note.
I did look. I cannot find a spear that
This
does
is
anything
35.
larger than
Y'all
March.
should get a Sharpie and write.
What's on? Yeah.
Yeah. What the
All right,
radius
so,
is on it.
This him
Come,
goes-
give me power. Power.
Actually, you know what? Instead of there, move him here. Instead of right there, move him right there.
Move him on to Alpha.
Because he is going to attempt his check to restart this thing.
His second rock.
Which means that the Iron Drake now gets to make one as a free action. So he steps up, you see him, he pulls this large container, like this clay pot, just jams it into a port, you see here, Montel, then all of a sudden, as this thing fires back to life.
Oh, bugger.
I didn't do it.
That's all of his turn, that's all the extra NPCs. We have Kieran with Rikara on deck.
Alright, my turn. This guy in front of me. How bad off does he look?
Damage-wise, not very, but he's currently sitting there doing...
Alright. See if I
You
can.
see little
See if we
piggy
can
hurting
take
around
her.
his head.
Alright, I have my sword out.
Alright,
Let's make some attacks on him.
I'm going to sit down because my knees are starting to bottom.
Alright. I don't have any kind of advantage on him, do I?
No.
No, not yet. Let Grim catch up. Then we
Here we go. First attack. I'm gonna use one of my inspirations. 'Cause I don't like
Do
that.
creatures count
2.
like a summoned creature
What do you mean?
Creatures count as what?
for flanking?
Yes.
Well, my daggers are on him.
They're tiny.
That's a great
It's
area because
8
they are tiny.
tiny creatures.
I mean, there's another
Or,
creature
sorry,
right
10.
left.
Tell him. not
10
me.
tiny creatures.
I want to say because they're not a single unit. It's almost like a swarm of them
It's like
that
a
you
mass.
have to actively send into it. I want to say no.
I mean, they have movement.
Yeah.
Like they're an animated creature. They have hit points, armor class.
Oh, okay. There's 10 of them.
Yes.
Sure. On 10 of with 10, I'll let you. Yeah.
So what does that mean?
You have advantage on the attack.
This is
It's-
all about
it-
having
it's
an
flank.
ally. It's like, isn't he my
Well,
buddy?
well, the thing is,
It's
he's
about
huge.
the size of the creature
The size
and
of
the
the
amount of
attack.
space
Okay.
covered.
Okay. So I was like, and Kieran, you now learn that he does not like you very much. I was gonna be like, well, I'm very sad. Alright, well, let's see if this is advantage then. Yeah, that was a 3, so I'm using my inspiration. Jesus. Alright, so this is the
Come on,
inspiration
champion.
roll. Natural 20.
All right.
Edible.
When?
Okay.
Oh, that's
So we get an attack advantage. Attack opportunity against him.
Let's take
So
my
you basically get an extra attack.
5 and 3. Punch mark. So 9, 12, 18,
So before after that.
Plus so 19.
Double.
Doubled. So 30.
38.
38. Thank you. Thank you, math.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Go ahead and make this is the attack of attack of opportunity that you instantly get because of the crit.
Okay. That's gonna be a 28.
That hits.
Okay.
Mastermind. Bring the bread.
2 4s.
Yep.
So roll another one.
Yep.
5. So 13, 16, 20 for that one.
Okay.
Alright, now for my second attack.
Alright.
Use an inspiration. That wasn't great. That was a 2 and a 4. Come on, roll better. I'll re-roll that 1.
Alright.
12, that's going to be a 23.
Hits.
Okay. 5, 8, 10, 16.
16 points of damage.
Let's go ahead and action surge.
Alright.
23.
3 hits.
Nice. 14, 15, 21 points of damage. And final attack.
Alright.
Come on, ankle biter.
That's going to be 26.
Hits.
Kieran Anklebiter Steadybrook.
Like, what he's
2
doing to this
fours.
guy.
Okay.
He's just going for the ankles.
So 8.
I'm doing quite a bit of damage to said
11.
ankles.
12, 16, 22 points of damage. And let's go ahead and pump in Colossus Slayer.
Okay.
It's going to be a D8. 1!
Have you been adding your Talon Strike from your armor?
Yep.
Cool.
Believe that's going to do me.
Okay. He is looking rough. So essentially what happened is like Himlock's like, fine, finally reinforcements. Makes his attack, and you're just like, I got this. It's the scene from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen where Nemo is going against the large, and he's just like, you're just like building momentum and faster.
I call it the Nautilus. I couldn't think of another Nemo quote.
It travels on the water and beneath it.
I call it an automobile.
All right, so with that, Kieran, Riccara, you're up with Hemlock on deck.
Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Let me move further this way.
Okay, so where's
Ren will head down that way. Let her head not too close, but she's like 60 feet, so just that's fine.
Get her back right there.
Yeah.
Where she can keep an eye on everything.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, she's in the air. In the air. Like up there, wherever Funeral is, basically. Same airspace.
Airspace.
I need like I want to
I don't know if y'all
cast.
figured it out. Little foot soldiers were there just to slog you down. These are your main opponents. Like, this is where shit gets real.
At 5th level, I'm going to cast
Those are grunts. These are your jackals, your elites,
Storm Spear.
hunters.
Yeah.
Stone Spear?
Storm Spear.
Storm.
Okay.
If I cast it on its tail area, will it still catch? Do I have to cast it on the entire,
Technically, okay.
or can I cast it on an area and still catch it?
So technically, the way rules as written goes is, this thing only takes up this much space.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be centered more in the center of its body.
So is that like 20 feet
Everywhere where its base
about?
is.
Or,
This is
Everywhere
considered
where its
disengaged.
base is what's filling up.
well, if that's 20 feet, then it needs to be on that. And if
Okay.
it's not quite, I want it to overlap and hit the one that's not turning into stone.
So here,
Right.
you can get that, yeah.
So it's hitting him, hitting the metal thing,
Okay.
and the guy not turning into stone.
Okay.
All right.
For a second, I thought it was a different letter. I was like, you guys spelled my name.
And things will happen when they start their turn in that space.
Okay.
But for now, I'm going to use a bonus action to attack the metal thing, the
Okay.
metal dragon. That's a spell attack. 17 plus 10, 27.
Hits.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He would be in the one right there. Yeah. Actually, he's in the square right there. No.
10,
I forgot to roll
15,
concentration.
Go ahead and make it.
20, 24 lightning damage, I believe.
Lightning damage, you say?
Yes, I think it's Storm Spear. It's not.
Okay. So that's for both of them, correct?
Lightning, right there.
Yep.
Lightning damage.
Okay, so he takes.
No, it's only. I can only do it on.
Only
on it. I'm not attacking the metal dragon.
as soon as the lightning hits it, you see the energy for a moment static and then seems to be absorbed into this thing.
Oh, crap.
As it goes from 1 to 3. No damage appears to be dealt to.
Alright, lesson learned.
However, you do see a light beginning to build inside its mouth.
That's my turn.
Alright. Hemlock's turn. You're not moving a free action. You just, as you fire off the lightning, you see Halifar. No! But just too late for that moment, yeah. Hemlock, he is going to step up and throw down with this. Actually, no.
He's going to swap him?
He's going to swap because he sees you like, you've got this lad. As he turns, now because it's incapacitated, can I use his reaction for an attack opportunity? He's going to turn this big with his turn. He's like, it's just like blue flare of light every time it hits this. So Hemlock is going to make his first attack.
So please be with him.
Hits. Second attack. Will also hit. See here. Then. Now he just hold off of those just in case he needs them. Alright. Total of 52 damage? No. 42. 42. Yeah. 42. Alright. His 2 attacks against that. That is Hemlock's turn. Up next is Finriel with Sorgen on deck.
Roll was a 10, so she's still around.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Barely. She's still around.
This guy.
He's like, you got this.
Well, it's more like, because right now he's just kind of like.
I'm waiting for him to
We're
hit
still
me
up in the
so
air.
that I can defend myself.
Attack number 1
Okay.
at you're by yourself. I'm gonna shoot the one in front of Kieran. That would be a 27 to hit.
Hits.
That is 29 piercing damage, 3 cold damage, and 3 force
Okay,
damage.
hang on a second. I need dexterity saving throws from. You were just outside of 20 feet, Finnegan. Dex saves from Kieran and Grim.
At least you get a plus 5, Kieran. At least.
Hemlock will also make the save as well.
Because you're within 30 feet of Hemlock.
A level 18
Yeah, that's a 20.
paladin.
Jesus.
That is a failure.
33.
That's a pass.
Say it louder next time. A little trickle deafens.
Hemlock got a 22, which is a pass. So you and Hemlock are taking half of 8d6 fire damage.
86 fire,
Well,
fire damage.
I take half that damage anyway. I have a ring.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, I have a ring too, but it's
You
remembered
Gold.
Okay.
I'm already feeling toasty. No, thank you, sir.
12. Little ones and twos. 13, 14, 16, 22, 28. So, if you made the save, or you take 14 points of fire damage. As that one there just kind of, after you strike it, you see kind of a crash. This a much smaller variant of what happened at the docks. It appears all these draconians have this. Most of the bigger ones have an ability that upon their death they trigger something.
Who was next to me during the
But
fight?
he didn't do the stab.
No.
Okay.
Which one is this?
It's Hemlock.
That's Hemlock.
Hemlock. I go, Hemlock! I got it!
Good man! Now come get this one too!
Arrow 2 is gonna go at this guy.
Alright.
Eat him.
That's a 19, which is a crit for me.
Say when?
When
Crit party!
I don't get I don't get 18 as crits until I show 20.
He needs to make
Or level 15. Fighter.
a con saving throw. DC of 14. $11. Yeah, it's 11. Quadruple max damage.
For who? For the guy.
okay.
Which
well,
guy? This guy or this guy?
The one that Finn's aiming
The
at.
purple guy.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Finn.
You better run.
I was already ready to run.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Through the eye.
Kind of imagining a shot
You
in the
think
middle of as the
quadruple?
wings come up
Quadruple.
and meet. Just
Max damage.
Or you're just making the pose.
Okay.
120 damage.
As you draw down on this one, he turns and you see for a moment that brief amulet flash. And you realize what this is, what he can do. You think back just to a few mere moments, a few minutes ago. You can't let that happen. You can't let him get that amulet. And you feel time stop and slow as you pull back even further and aim right for the small glint of his eye. You release it. Sorndrin, you feel feathers brush past you and wind as her wings, like Ravinia's wings kind of do that, just from the speed of this arrow, and then right in his eye. 120. He is ridiculously hurt.
And not dead.
Not dead. Second attack.
What's your second crit?
That was so I get another action.
so you get
So
one
I
more
get
attack.
one more shot.
Sure.
Does he look like
A bitch.
Yes, he does. He's got an arrow in his eye right now. I'll give you an advantage on the
fairly
attack.
hurt? Oh, I already have advantage.
Oh God, he looks ridiculous.
I'm deciding which attack to use.
The best one.
He looks 30 points from death hurt.
Speak plainly, man.
Did you want to move
You know
your...
what?
I was about to say...
Israel
and
is,
And the angel of death is standing
I-
next to him.
I was going to say, do you want to attempt to put your... Did you want to attempt to put your hunter's mark on him first?
Concentration.
Okay.
I already have a concentration spell on.
Ah, okay.
That's what's giving me advantage.
Okay.
Go for the big guy. Don't go for this one. Go for the big guy. So I can get away before he blows up.
They did have some damage on them coming into this fight, so...
I'm about to fulfill my Horizon Zero Dawn fantasy.
Hemlock is in my way.
Hemlock's in your way, but I am not. Thank you.
You can take it.
But no, I was going to cast this over there,
Oh,
and he
okay.
is in my way. I need this much space.
There's a reason.
I don't think you'd have that much space regardless of what the fuck you cast it on.
I've done the math. It's exactly that much space.
Also, yeah, there's a space right there.
There's not a dude over there anymore. Someone filled it. I'll just shoot the big guy. That's a 2 nat 20s.
I'll shoot the big guy. That's 2 nat 20.
Way to show off, Finn! Way to show
So I
off.
just showed up and started blasting.
So Finn's having PTSD PTSD flashbacks from like 5
So are we
months ago.
going after this one or
The big guy over there by Hemlock.
With him, that bitch you won't call back in the morning.
oh,
2 cards.
the
2 cards.
the casualness of the toss is what got me. I'm just gonna throw the guy the big one, and I looked over and saw one. I didn't see the second until you said it. Oh God!
Damn.
He will still survive this.
Say when, Finrail.
When?
2 guys.
He doesn't have a
Which is the
shield.
other
This one's
eye.
inapplicable for him right now. Go again. Say when.
When?
Put it in his other eye. Come on.
Haha, I have no shield. Okay.
Bad news is you break your bowstring. Good news is triple damage.
Can that bowstring break?
Technically, not just the crick's called, you know.
It's
power
the one
shot,
that
yeah.
broke my face.
Yeah.
I got you.
It just slaps you in the arm.
So essentially, it just kind of
Does it
Your
spray
fingers
out?
you
go
sprain your wrist.
Right
yeah.
there.
Your fingers go numb.
Yeah. Because essentially what happens is you, because you first, like you just power shot the first one, then turn and ow, kind of like the twinge. But yeah, triple damage on the big guy.
That's all right. Cool.
Wait, what is my D6?
Triple damage. Come on.
It gets you 29 damage.
Math.
For the cry. It's on death's door after 2 minutes.
No, she's not fired at it yet.
He's shooting the guy over back in line.
72.
72.
Okay. That took a chunk out of that one. So your arrow just flies right through the side of his skull, peeling a piece of his cheek off, and actually sticks into the wall of force, and you see it flicker for a moment. Even Halifar is like, okay. Alright, anything else, Finderhill?
Bonus action, I will order Sev to make a flyby to attack the big guy over here.
Okay.
He doesn't have the movement for it this turn because I forgot to have him move
Gotcha,
the last
gotcha.
turn. So
Okay.
it'll have to go next turn.
Alright. Alright, anything else?
That's going to be it.
Sorndred with Grim on deck.
So, I'm gonna ask. You said we see a light starting on them.
Yeah.
What color is the light? Is it blue? Is it red? Does it have a color per se?
Not a specific color. Red, orangish red is the closest thing.
Okay. Is it as close to this thing that you have in front of us as can be represented?
Yeah, this is a perfect representation of it, yeah.
Does it look like the jaw actually hinges?
It does. It looks like the jaw is made to be closed for transport.
He's gonna turn and say, "Take care of him." He's gonna use his 30 feet and go hold the mouth shut.
Make me a strength check.
Damn it. There's
You,
just my idea.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, get you right there.
Natural 20.
Uh,
With a 21 strength. I want to point that out
Okay,
again.
okay, so put him right there. Put you right in front of it. The strength requirement for do this was an 18, so otherwise you literally just reach underneath, grab the mechanism, and that heat's building up though. Roll me a con saving throw.
I said that.
That's gonna be a 7.
50 points of fire damage as this
Halved.
25 points of fire damage. As there is immense, like this thing is up. You just put your hand on the top of a tank barrel.
Yep.
Right as that
I know
108 millimeters about to fire off.
Alright. So that. With
The
a
good
cut
news
as-
for you is you have 2 clerics next to you who both have access to the enhance ability spell. You got some backup coming.
Does that count as my action?
Movement, that was action. Yeah.
Okay. Bonus action heal the word on myself.
What about Ravinia?
She takes her turn as soon as mine is over. So let me make sure on my healing word power. Because I'm not going to use a whole lot of
Suddenly
it.
reminded of Critical Role with Travis just reaching up and grabbing Umbrasyl's mouth and holding it closed.
Alright, so it's D4, right? So
Just don't kiss it, Montel.
one. So that's 4 health
If
back.
I thought it would help, I might would try.
He's at the other end.
That's a whole different kiss. No.
You like the taste of charcoal?
Alright, so she will move up to him.
So, by the way, close enough now, you see this thing has capacitors, pieces of weird stone. This thing is designed to be able to intake certain magical energies and redirect it as power sources.
Okay, so I gotta make sure. I summoned her as Defender.
Yes.
Because that's gonna take some things on here. So
I guess technically he's turned by this point to face
Yeah.
her.
he's also got an arrow out of his eye.
Yeah.
So
I'll give advantage on any melee attack then, because essentially, it's kind of hard to...
like I said,
His
summoned her at
depth
level 6.
perception's really messed
So that's
up now.
3 attacks.
Go for it.
First attack. That's gonna be 13.
13. 13 will miss.
Okay. Second attack. Natural 20.
What is her weapon? Is it the scythe?
It is the scythe.
Say when?
Now,
Let's bring this energy into like the final boss battle. So I'll remember this moment, guys. Especially you.
So double damage. Let's make a con saving throw. 11's a failure. Oh my god. They're going to take double damage, and they take an additional half damage at the start of their turn.
okay. So
It's called bleeder.
may not need it.
May not need it. Yeah.
So let's see. This is
That's a
D10, so that's 10
10. Yeah.
plus. Just a second, I gotta do all the
Yeah,
things.
that was one of the deadly crits.
So 10 plus 3, 13. Spells level, so that's 19. Which you said times 2?
Double. Yep. So 38.
38. And then I gotta roll a D10 to give her back 9 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Because the way Defender works.
This thing is not looking good.
And then the third attack.
Final attack.
That is a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Bounce.
That is a 1 plus 3 plus 6. So that's going to be 10 damage. Radiant.
Your number was 8. Now, here's the thing. Because she is in Defender, I will say this is possible. This thing also has the death throw ability. However, if you're okay with her sacrificing her form at this moment, she will basically wrap her wings around it and stop it from happening.
Mm-hmm.
You see as he starts to convulse and almost like his body's starting to warm up.
So yeah, she can take it.
You see his body's starting to warm up. You watch as she looks at you with a knowing nod, even glance towards you, until she leaps forward, wrapping her wings and arms around this thing. Just with a burst of feather and fire, she disappears.
Was that using the pendant?
No.
No, that was dead.
That was just his normal death throw. I'll give it to you at this point. You've seen enough. Essentially, what the pendant does is it instantly brings him to 0, corrupts that death throw, and nukes it.
Amplifies it.
Yeah. Yeah. With that means the only two could possibly could even do something at a similar level. Are those 2 green ones, and one is currently halfway stoned.
3/4 stone.
I'm sorry, 3/4 stone. All right. Anything else, Sordrin?
That is all I got because that was
You're
her
holding
turn.
on.
So
Yep. Grim, it is your turn.
Sadly, you shutting its mouth.
was your thought too?
Nope. Something kind of different.
You were gonna shove something in its mouth?
I was going to shove Grimfrost in it and do the glacial slam.
You can see the exhaust ports on this thing. It's still got plenty of moving opening parts. By the way, Halifard is just kind of turned and his eyes have gone wide like, you crazy.
I guess I'll have Grim move toward it, towards the neck.
Okay. Easily getting you there within range.
And he's gonna try and get the head off.
Okay.
Entirely off, OFF off.
Make your attack, sir.
No flanking with anybody.
I will give you advantage. I also have a question. Does Grimfrost have siege?
No.
Okay. Because this technically is an inanimate object. So it would, if you had siege,
double.
but yeah,
Yeah.
so roll your attack with advantage.
Just
Sir.
not have that. Thank goodness. One of them was a one. That's 26.
26 will hit. Roll damage.
That's damage.
Roll that beautiful bean of footage.
You get a sense this thing has a stout AC just because the metal is holding it together is pretty tough.
Yeah.
That's why I figured blowing it up from the inside
Yeah.
would be easier.
Runaway dice?
That's what I was
I'm
on.
actually about
Well,
to try to do something smart for once.
Sergeant,
No.
you're essentially about to take this is the word. You're essentially about to take a meteor swarm to the face.
I kind of figured that.
That's 19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. Okay.
We're gonna swing the second time.
All right.
Where's the construct's turn in initiative?
22.
It's last.
Slash.
Okay.
20 just barely
22.
hits.
22.
Oh, 22. 22 hits.
He's literally next to the think Grim's the end.
24 points of damage to hopefully the neck.
Okay.
And then my third and final swing. 18's on both die. So it comes to 30.
Okay. Hits.
Mm. 31 points of damage.
31 points of damage. Okay. Your hits have had some effect on this thing. As you're clashing into it, you see the mechanism that holds its head, the actual like rail system. You actually have torn a hole in the back of the neck plates. You get to look in and see that railing system. It's heating up. It's building. Only you're pretty sure it's just the icial aura of Grimfrost is keeping you from taking any sort of like massive heat damage from this thing coming off. And from your perspective, you can see this large iron sphere that seems to be just like rotating in the center of this thing. Roll me. Actually, I'm not making roll for it. From you can tell, even as you as well, Sordran, that when this thing fires, in the Clash of Titans movie, where they basically cut the side of the scorpion's tail when it fired acid and stuff. Essentially, you just release some pressure, so it's not going to be as bad when this thing goes off. Anything else, Mr. Grizzlebrand?
Shit. Not really. That's kind of it.
Okay. I honestly thought you were going to try to like move this thing or something.
Well, I would love to, but
I don't know if we combined strength we might could, but right now I don't know.
yeah, especially since I'm not raging.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah, that's it.
Iron Drake's turn. Thanks to your, it started with the infiltrator. Gave it one charge to restart it. Normally would have just reacquired one charge now, but you're given extra charge, so it actually now goes to 3 charges.
When it starts its turn in the storm spear, it needs to make a strength save throw or take damage.
It takes damage. I mean, it's a inanimate object, so it takes damage. It fails a strength save.
Okay.
Is that more electric damage?
No, it's
No,
it's bludgeoning.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I'm just sitting over here like.
That's 14 bludgeoning damage it takes.
14 bludgeoning damage.
Did the other draconian beside it trying to operate it? Did it take its turn at any time, or?
It has not got back around to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How much damage is it, by the way?
14 bludgeoning damage.
14 bludgeoning. Okay.
Yeah, what Grim was going to do was actually take his axe, literally jam it in the jaws, and then glacial slam
Okay.
right through it.
So, Iron Drake's turn. You watch as it begins to build. Grim, you feel the heat coming out. It even makes you kind of turn away from it. Roll me a strength saving throw and a con saving throw. Actually, first it has to save. It does have to activate.
Putting that dice away.
Clear all these. Get someone kind of.
It also makes me wonder, with you keeping
The
its mouth
Rangers
shut,
look-
does all the pressure
Oh.
go out that hole?
Why?
Oh,
Wait,
Rangers approve.
So with him holding the mouth shut, all the pressure's coming out that hole that Grim just made.
Yeah, and on a natural one,
catastrophic failure.
so I know what happens. All right, on a natural one, you've not only the hole, but also it like lowered the track of the rail, so to speak. That it goes to fire, you hear it crunk, and you see that main sphere get locked because there's about that much of a lip that you have caused, and it's just sitting and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. I need dexterity saving throws.
Oh fuck.
Everyone within.
In this vicinity.
Yeah. So Montel, he's going to instantly fail. Grim, Clerics, okay, yeah. So that guy instantly fails. Infiltrator, it's going to be a failure for him.
Is the paladin high enough level to help Halifar?
That paladin's only at level 12.
So that would only be 10 feet
10
for
feet,
that.
so yeah.
I'm gonna use that inspiration you gave us at the start of the round.
Why'd you fall over, damn it?
Would you roll? Sorry, burning inspiration.
Hey! Did anybody fail?
What's the
Well,
fail?
what was
Dirty 20.
DC is 17.
I'm at 20.
Okay.
Inspiration on a 1 to get a 20. Not 20.
So inspiration on a 2 to get a dirty 20.
I didn't have to use inspiration, luckily, but
I didn't have to roll. You go fuck off, sir.
Had our clerics in California. We're too short to high five.
I'm an idiot.
What?
That's not 10 feet. There's a second zero behind that number.
Huh?
In 100 feet.
Oh.
Yeah.
we're out of
Everybody.
well,
Okay, in that case,
including in the air.
including
Because that.
in that case,
Well, all right.
I need everyone to roll me wisdom saving throws.
Oh god.
My wisdom's so high though.
Would this be considered a spell?
Magical ability. I will call it yes, a spell.
Okay.
Yay!
Wisdom saving
Yes.
I'm gonna use that inspiration.
21 on the first roll.
Better.
Did you inspiration into a net 20?
It's not that 20, it's a 19.
Close enough.
So close enough.
Your DC save is 20.
Natural.
21.
No, a dirty 20.
19 plus 0. 19.
Who passed it? You 5 step out of the room for a moment.
Oh god.
Oh,
He's gonna
no.
kill us in real life.
Oh boy.
Hi, everybody. It was nice knowing y'all.
Well,
Pleasure.
It was a pleasure, sir.
Good game. Good game.
Game. Time to hit the old dusty
It was an
trail.
It was an honor. Play.
It was an honor.
It was an honor.
It's like, this is supposed to be bad. Why don't? Because Muff's 100-foot radius.
We gotta go that way.
So, as this thing is starting to recruit, you're seeing the bolts and bindings holding it start to expand. For a moment, it looks like that even saving them, they're making their saves. This thing, it's essentially going to explode and destroy its entire. Halifar looks at you, Montel, winks, and you see a draconic arm suddenly reach out, grab this thing as he expends 2 legendary actions, and banishes it. He then turns to you, Finnegan. Bring him back in.
It's 8:15. We can't.
Oh, yeah, we'll take our break then, yeah.
Take a break.
Yeah, we'll take our break now, folks. With that, we'll be right back.
We're gonna make them simmer.
Gonna make them simmer a little bit.
Fire time.
I got it. Hey, wait, not yet. I got it.
We'll be back in a few minutes, folks.
I need to grab my phone. Because I'm going to go buy an energy drink now.
Yeah, okay, something good. All right, we'll be right back in a second, folks. Take our quick break. Somebody will be back in a moment to answer questions. We'll be right back. All right. Good, head back in now.
Dragon Ball.
Y'all gonna eat that?
I'm good, thank
You're
you.
going to eat that.
You know what? My new character will be a barbarian or paladin.
Things have changed on the table. Barbarian.
This thing calls it singularity?
So anyway,
Wait, what?
I
I'm
think it
going-
calls to singularity.
I'm going to Dollar General and Burger King if anyone wants to send me
good,
that.
thank
I'm
you.
good right now, thank you.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Because I need the exercise.
Man, if we'd have thought about it, we could have taken our phones and watched this.
I love my phone, but I didn't love
I didn't think about it till I sat down and saw my phone sitting there. I was like, wait a second.
Needs
Dang it.
Needs the exercise. Is he walking to Burger King?
It's right there.
Yeah, it's actually not as far as you think.
It's about the same distance.
A
It's
little
like
more.
just a few more minutes. Look, if you're walking from the other building and you're walking from this building, you're just as exhausted.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the hinge jaw, I had the thought process because a cannon is fire, and I had the resistance is worth a shot. I forgot Grim has resistance too,
Yeah,
Look at
and a
that.
slightly higher strength.
slightly.
That is interesting. Look at that.
Look,
Eventually,
none
I'm
of
going
us-
to get to use
well,
that arrow.
actually, I take that back.
Grim, how you doing under there?
Just saying, look
One
up.
hand pops
Who
out.
comes up there with Finreal, though?
Excuse me.
The fuck are you doing on my dragon? No, fucking.
You better get off my dragon.
Technically,
Oh.
would Sev's neck be long enough to whip around?
GM question from Night Rain. Have you shipped PC-PC or NPC-NPC relations?
In this game, we have
NPC-PC relations.
There's so many ships in this harbor.
I'm
Put on your captain's hat. What we
the
shipping
most
here?
important of all, the friendship.
look.
Aw.
I'm still waiting for the two halves make a whole relationship.
Look,
You and Finn.
I thought you were saying we would make a whole human.
I had
a whole human eventually.
I had a weird thought process for something that's kind of in the air, and I'm waiting. I have a roundabout way of getting out of it, but Grim has a free hit on Sondrin right now, right? If we ever get in any kind of fight tournament, I am waiting for Grim to pull that card. Grim to just go, wait, one free hit. And Sondrin just sit here and go, well, Yeah, I have a plan for it.
Naren says is a question for all the GMs.
All the GMs. Yes, I have. I have had PC or NPC relationships in my head.
Currently
for
on
your game?
Thursday, I'm totally shipping
yes.
shipping our elf and old man monster hunter.
I'm gonna be honest. The Wednesday
So I
game.
sent it immediately.
True.
When
Yeah.
I was at the Wednesday game, Jonas is going to start courting Miss Isabella something fierce. I'm gonna go buy that necklace for her.
I don't know. I guess there's some like relationships on the Thursday game where it's like could lead to something. I don't know. Yeah, I think you guys are still in the process of like getting attached to certain NPCs. Like there's ones that you're like friendly with, but none. I don't think there's any that you're like.
No like NPC PC relationships that you're.
I mean, there's like some that I could
No,
see
Supreme,
like,
love that name.
going in certain directions, but like it's too early to call necessarily.
But I have a
True.
question for you. We were discussing this on the last podcast. What is your? How do you want to do this line? Because unfortunately, we can't say that.
I say like their life is yours. How does their story end?
I like James
And-
mentioned. Oh yeah.
And then they, but the biggest thing is like you can either describe it or you can say it doesn't, and you then like, because like if you want to in the last moment, like even if you're like attacking with the whole like the most powerful weapon, if you're like I don't want to kill them right now, it's like okay, you bring them to 0 and that's it. Like they'll be unconscious, they'll be whatever. I don't want to. I want to allow that agency.
Beatrice and her friend.
Oh wait, I had
should
sent
do best here.
in our one-on-one on Discord. I had sent you 2 pictures of like 2 like
The items.
weapons.
Yeah. Let's talk about those.
Yeah, those are ones that I have in my game as like super powerful like,
Okay.
items and stuff. The reason I was sending them to you was for you to like be like.
I like them. Yeah. So
Look at
yeah.
it, yeah.
So we have a question from Mr. POS to us. I assume you. Where did you get those D&D shirts? No, I'm sorry, it's you two. Where did you get those D&D shirts?
I actually found them on a website. Let me actually look them up.
Yeah, I was told there was a Dungeon Master one coming.
Shut up! I will get you. God damn. God.
Hey, Frozen River. Frozen River, welcome.
This is one of the ones I said. You can't see it. This is like one of the
As soon as I remember, as soon as I actually remember,
Look, I have a Dungeon Master shirt that I love wearing.
DNDmonster.com.
DNDmonster.com. Yep.
They have one
There
for
it is.
each of the classes.
Yep, you
Yep.
can get it in the baseball jersey form like mine, or in
the Hawaiian
traditional
shirt
Hawaiian
version.
shirt, yeah.
Like I got.
different versions. Yeah.
Or you can get, I believe, it's a straight up T-shirt. But
Perhaps.
we also have another question from Valley Ironhill. What's the most difficult morality choice you ever had to make in a game?
Difficult morality choice. Ooh. That's a tough one, actually.
killing some soldiers.
I mean,
Not killing the Crystal Dragonborn.
Okay.
That was.
I actually have one. It's from way back when. It was when. Do you remember the GURPS game? You were running a chunk, Pat was running a chunk, and we had that final collective.
Yes.
So one of the things was that you remember the sword.
Yes.
When you touched it, you got a vision, and in it there was a backstory thing for anybody involved, and the morality choice that was difficult was because, like, there was no win. No matter the choice, it was always wrong. So you're stuck with that moral quandary of what can I do, what should I do, and as you play out scenarios, each one just ends up in a failure.
I'm sorry, I just looked down and saw what Night Rain posted. I have a great many ships from both sets of games. On Wednesday, first and current. Plus Seth, let's be honest, Thursday at this point is a poly puddle.
Polypuddle.
Polypuddle.
That's I love that.
Do you need me to explain this to you, sir? Poly means many. Puddle just
They're all
means
just in the same in a relationship together.
that
Like
is
two characters are married, but it's like, but
That's-
we're all like together.
that's the
What?
PG version of the O word.
Yeah, we have two characters who are married, but
It's like,
one's pan, one's fully gay, and then Strife walked in. And then Strife walked in. And my character, Strife. That's
Alright, Cloud.
yeah.
No, this past Wednesday's game was fun with the fair, with the carnival, the festival.
Yeah.
There's that. That was just like I got to do all the bard things I wanted to do, and just it was a great time.
6 characters, one wagon, 2 pet horses, and a chicken.
Gotta have the chicken.
you're fucking messing with the wrong party. You just
Did the
wanna
stream hear what
you wanna
happened
hear the
after we
names
stepped
of those
up?
2 pet
Huh?
horses?
Did the stream here happen?
Yeah, because
Yeah, they
didn't
did.
stop it.
Dang it. Should have listened.
Yeah, I already brought up that, and anyone who is
I
monitoring
hate
stuff that
poker.
was
To be fair,
outside.
Marcus, and you
No
can ask my
spoilers.
GM. While I do play the kind of like horn dog bard a little bit, I don't
Yeah.
fully lean into the ridiculousness of it. My guy is more of like the traveling cowboy type
Yeah.
bard.
You're like a Gene Autry
Yeah,
of you're that or Roy Rogers, one of the two.
I
Except
got
you
a,
don't have the nice trick horse.
yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Working
Anyway.
on that.
I got a combat mechanical question you pulled
Okay.
a couple mini sessions ago.
All right.
On the ship,
Okay.
when Kieran was facing the Dragonborn, he had a reach weapon, and you had him step back 5 feet to use it.
Yes.
Is that does
The
that always
thing is,
happen, or
because I did that because had Kieran meant to step forward to engage him in melee, I would have gotten an attack opportunity with that lance.
okay?
Because you're moving through his engagement at 10 feet.
But
It's-
could he have stayed within that and still attacked with it?
Yes.
Okay, I was just wondering why you did that.
It's,
Trying to get an extra attack off of on the pullback.
But he still got attack of opportunity too.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's
Take that.
why the shield the
saw that too.
Spearmaster Sentry thing.
That's
is such a
the
big
guy
deal
that does the chaos
because
media
of the
force.
being able
He
to
put the
have
after ones on the
opportunity attacks
Marcus
at 10
yeah.
Yeah.
and then stop it.
Right.
Damn.
That's great.
What?
That's
So Marcus, he goes, my son plays a bard. I almost went for adoption last week.
He's doing
Yeah,
it right.
I will say Metro.
No, yes, Metro, yeah.
Ducky's character from the previous game that I was running for you guys was definitely not that kind of bard either. He was not that like
Yeah.
hyper horny at all. He was just he liked to play music and he
Not that was it.
did
No.
all that he could to screw with everything I threw.
Sounds like you.
He's screwed with a lot of things, but not in the way that a normal bard does.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because a lot of that comes from the fact that
He
when
screwed
people-
my rolls, didn't screw any NPCs.
The most common example and most well-known example of a bard is Scanlan. And Sam Riegel very much leaned into the whole horny bard aspect.
Yeah.
Now, I do like that even in the animated Legends of Vox Machina, he still leans into it. It's not as bad to me. He's not as irritating with it. And you can tell because of where his story is going, they added that into it, and it's making for a better character. Like, I like the animated Scanlan much more than I liked when...
The actual
Sam
let's
was
play.
playing it,
The
yeah.
actual let's play.
Yes.
I mean, there is the whole that was his first
Yeah.
campaign, so
Yeah.
like new
Because
players
I went
playing
back
bard.
I went back and listened to because him and Liam O'Brien had a podcast.
Yep.
I went back and listened to like it was like
And,
now
and
eight,
he
9
he
years
straight
ago.
up said he never like played a full campaign
Yeah.
as a
He said I'm not gonna do like a gnome bar like try to hump everybody. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, a question from
Ducky.
Ducky.
Favorite spectacular Nat 1. Also, if there was anyone at the table, I was. Oh, if there's anyone at the table, F your rolls, Jeff. Yeah. Also, if there's anyone at the table, he F'd. It was your rolls.
Yep.
Because silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs everywhere.
There is a reason that spell is
and counter
banned.
spells.
That spell is banned at my table because when you play Strixhaven settings, where it is more like the magic is more like sports based, you can do a lot more in your turns. Spells, additional effects, that kind of stuff, bolstering, and that kind of stuff. Silvery barbs and just a cool disadvantage, advantage to you, that kind of that just gets and it's a level 1 spell.
Yeah,
it's a level 1, and bards, sorcerers, and other things can get it. Just
Would you allow it if it was a higher level?
it's at that point, just you go for right now. My one shots, no holds barred, go for it.
I've been letting my players use it in my various campaigns, but specifically adding it to any spellcasting NPC. Like, you have it,
So do
fine.
they.
So do all my characters.
I didn't know
But
about
going
that
forward, I
spell.
probably won't.
Exactly. If they're allowed to have it, I'm allowed to have it. So there could be a character that you guys run into who happens to have silvery barbs out the ass.
Frustrates the players
Love that
so
mental
much.
image.
They're fighting, and NPC rolls their attack. Player silvery barbs. This fighter NPC counterspells it. Made him so mad. It's like he's an Eldritch Knight. He has some spells. He just hasn't been using them against you.
Yeah.
He has counterspell.
I was gonna say, I know a lot of people with the bard mentality, they get the horny bard, stuff like that. But I was gonna say, one of the favorite bards I look into when I've built bard like characters for various things, and then just to sit on a shelf, is the monk from Dragonheart.
Ah, yeah.
Because the way he is, the way he acts, that is straight up a bard.
Turn the cheek, brother. I love that one. Turn the cheek, brother.
He is 100% a bard. He starts the entire movie writing a poem
About the Dragon Slayer.
Also, Ducky wants to know, what is your favorite natural 1 roll moment you've ever had?
I killed another player's character on total accident.
Well,
Using a nat 1. Because the way our older GM ran it, if you nat 1 and you were next to another player, you accidentally hit your friend, and I hit my friend. Rolled to do it, and I crit hit. And
I have 2 that stick out, and you were there for both of them. The first one was Artie's first day.
God.
Artie's big day out.
Because Juniper got chop happy. The cleric's like, I have a weapon that if I hit an undead, it just disintegrates. It doesn't do its abilities.
And you were fighting a giant, a hill giant zombie who happened to be Mama, who was this very big, corpulent.
Yeah. So when
hill
she
giant.
died, she would explode. And our paladin, barbarian, was just like, ah! So Artie rolled his con save. And Artie, what happened?
I don't understand.
Okay, man.
Rolled in that
And Artie
20.
rolled a nat 1. And Artie went from like full health to nothing in one shot. The other one that got me, it was more fun, was when we were at the feast, and Artie had just danced with Iris, rolled a natural 20, great moment. So Artie then turns and goes up and asks Juniper to dance. And Artie rolls a natural 1 to dance with Juniper, and Juniper ends up throwing Artie across the dance floor.
That's where that picture comes
Yes.
from. Got it.
Yeah. The whole dancing with.
Last week my PCs rolled 7 natural 1s in a row. I loved it.
Jeez.
I mean, look, that first session there.
Benny Hill was the theme song of the first session from the
Roll me a nature check to determine if you can see what this smell is. As far as you can tell, it's almonds. And then it ended with Karen like in the peanut bowls going, where is it? Where is it?
Just waiting to taste almond.
If only they had someone wisdom based with perception proficiency to help out.
it would have been very. I want to go into the alternate reality where at this moment, but it just stayed that first original.
Oh God!
Yeah,
So it was
like,
Oriana.
So it was Oriana, Reed, Rikara, and Kieran.
Haven't we talked about like doing like a one shot what if?
Interesting to see.
It could be interesting.
I'd like to see like a werewolf Grim. When you fought the werewolf,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
you had
if
his
had
your
failed-
hands in his mouth.
If you had
Yeah.
failed your con saves,
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Or maybe Drew's just gonna end up bringing those. Where something's gonna happen that's gonna like tear through realities, and we're gonna start seeing like alternate versions of ourselves.
What is this,
Faterra, the
Marvel?
multiverse.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, that's spoilers for the first.
What time are you coming back?
I just want to make sure because
Yeah.
So
I
check
see
Marcus says I almost had the Benny Hill theme play in the first episode.
Reject Dead, hello.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a few more minutes. We'll jump back into the game. There's one thing I was going to say. Well, I do have a one shot. The story is completed. I know what happens. If there's ever a night when only 4 of you could ever show up, or maybe at most 5 of you ever show up, it's going to be Dragonborn's Day Out. You'll be playing the 4 hatchlings and maybe 1 NPC character.
Sam trying to hunt them down.
No, it's basically
She's
the
the big
Dodger
bad.
from Oliver Twist. We are role playing a 5th edition D&D homebrew, and in a moment we'll give introductions and we'll tell a little bit about what's happening. So,
What was the most heartbreaking moment you experienced during a session?
Are we on Reddit?
Probably.
What?
I mean, we haven't done anything on
No,
it.
we can see phone.
Oh, no, we're on Facebook.
Oh, well, that's more boring.
Reddit would have been more interesting.
the most
We should have a
heartbreaking
we should
moment
start
I've
a
experienced
subreddit.
during a session.
That'd be interesting.
That would be honestly this session. It was when Karen died, and we had the funeral. I looked up and I saw that big lovable oaf. Just like the lip was quivering. I'm like, don't look at him off because if Jeff goes, you're gonna go.
It's just gonna be a
Made
downhill
it so
slide.
much more worth it. Just like yes, cry.
Cry. Let me taste your sweet tears of sorrow.
Wait, what was the
You didn't,
question?
have your cup at the time, did you, to go?
What was the most heartbreaking moment you experienced during a session?
What was that one?
This one's tough for me.
Oh, we buried Kieran and then had to turn around and introduce Bravendale.
Which one was worse? Which one was worse? This is ridiculous. I think the
I
better
don't know. I
question.
still haven't decided yet.
You guys have encountered him twice on Thursday night.
And we hate him just as much.
They encountered him for the, like 3 sessions at the very beginning. Then he went away, and then they were in the
Strife's
town.
literal words to him, meeting him, and him immediately hugging him was, "Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
He
Get the
never
fuck
met
out."
his new character, and he just was like, my friend.
He's like,
And,
no,
and then
get
he,
out.
and then
Get out.
he was like, "Oh, I'm in a new position. It's really great. Also, can I borrow 10 gold?"
By the way, I have made some rolls for Mr. Bravendale. In the time that you're gone, I will send you where he's at,
Okay.
what he is doing, and I think you will love what I've come up with for him.
Oh, Lord.
And if you ever go to this part of the world, I'm pretty sure you will meet him.
Please no.
So,
Unfortunately, it's
I am
also the part of
prepared
the
to do
world
what I
where his
must.
coffee is.
Oh.
I'm
Damn, we're
prepared
going.
to do what I
Still
must.
don't know about this.
Yeah, you
No,
know.
don't tell him nothing.
We've been so busy.
Keep your mouth shut.
no, I know something
All right.
that I'm
So,
not supposed to.
with that, any final questions for us before we jump back into the game?
So I know the most heartbreaking part for me, and it's the letters from my dad.
Oh yeah, the 3 of us sitting there that were part of that scene. I know I was sitting there holding it in. How were you doing on that scene?
That was
That was tough.
that was tough, yeah.
Because I'll be honest, that with what was going on
I
in real
may
life, I was
have
having
reached
something
into like
similar.
actual trauma of myself for that one.
Yeah, and I
Mm.
was, like I
That's
said,
characters.
I was real life going through some stuff close to that. Says,
So yeah. Well, with that and that serious moment. By the way, guys, I'm just fucking real. This is not what the scene currently looks like when you come back to it.
that's fine.
No, I didn't even look.
There's no terrace.
It's right
It's
there.
right up there.
Oh no, that's just a baby Tarrasque. If we're playing the Tarrasque, Moffat's bringing his Tarrasque.
baby.
Baby
Because I have the actual like big whiz.
Yeah, that's the pretend Tarrasque.
Pretend.
No, see what you do
Yeah,
is you
it's-
put
it's-
that down
it's
first, and then
non-real.
be like, you got
It's
10
really
rounds,
different.
then Mama comes.
That's when Finnegan cast reduce.
No, that proves the reason why that thing has spikes and spines on its carapace.
Oh, that's the prey.
Well, because the whole thing about Tarrasque was that this creature has spines and spikes and all that, which means that
It's a prey animal.
And eyes on the side of its head,
On the side of
not
it.
on the front.
It was a prey animal. What eats this thing? There's only one answer to that. Bigger Tarrasques.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why they go to
There's
sleep,
always a
so
bigger
they
fish.
starve out the bigger one. There's also why there's only ever one on a planet, in a realm. And if it dies, a new one hatches somewhere else. Yeah. So, with that, Iris's heartbreak moment, her father dying, just stares intently at Jeff.
But
It's from our Wednesday game. And Artie did it. I did my best. Look, I threw up every power I could into that shield. Just lucky we saved Nugget, okay? I think if Nugget had died, we as a group would have revolted. Like that would have been the beginning of our villain arc. All right.
So anyway, kill Nugget.
So with
Nuggets got.
oh no, this is a different Marcus. This is a different game where Jeff runs it. I'm playing it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of my TikTok here. All right. So for those of you just joining us again, this is a 5th edition D&D homebrew campaign. We've been playing it going on real world for 2 years now. I think we're almost at a year and a half. So we're getting close to 2 years, which is right on track for this. I figured 2.5, 3 years we'd finish both story arcs I have for this game. Which means afterwards I'm going to have to figure something else out. Hey, after this we may switch to Fallout instead. Because I got all those Fallout miniatures and set pieces now.
Perfect. I have a character already. His name is Ino.
The adventures of the adventures in the Southern Wasteland. So
Vault 601.
Vault 601. Yeah. So with
Wasteland.
with that, we'll go ahead and jump back into the story. Quick run of introductions, and we'll get back into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and if you guys will hand me. Yeah, I think all that actually was left standing was the one big dreadnought over here, or did you? Yeah, he was standing, and the other infiltrator over there. Put him back like right there. Yeah.
And the one I'm turning to stone is still there.
Yes.
Is he still good?
Good.
That's
Yeah.
the one that was turning.
He's turned to stone. Okay, so if
Is Grim
Oh, where's Grim?
prone or not?
he's standing up. He's
Okay,
standing
so he
up.
was right next to me, so that's fine.
So,
What
yeah.
about Hannafar?
Halifar is standing up still, and he looks to be concentrating on something. So with
He
that,
would be next to that infiltrator.
Yeah. so with that, we'll now jump back in. Beck, kick us off, please.
I am Beck, and I might still be playing Finnery on the Farron, the half elf ranger.
I'm Jeff, and I might still be playing Grim, the half-orc barbarian.
I'm Ben, and guess I'm still playing Ricaro, Karajan, the Emerald Dragonborn, Divine Soul Sorcerer. I know what you're playing.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Nathaniel Hassan, a human warlock rogue who has seen too much.
I am Ricky. I'm playing Finnegan Tenderfoot, the halfling wizard rogue, and I have not seen enough.
Yeah,
I am Derek. I am playing Sondrin Dalo, and I'm pretty sure I just took the not fun kind of blast to the face.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
I'm sorry, bringing up Halifar's character sheet.
Huh?
I was screaming the paper like that's my character sheet. Go ahead.
Hi. How you doing? I'm Seth. I'm playing Kieran Steadybrook, the Halfling Ranger fighter.
At least for now.
Reminding you to hydrate.
Good call.
And I am Kenneth Moffat, aka the Southern GM. You can call me the Dungeon Daddy. No, I am the Game
Yes,
Master.
sir.
Father.
Father.
Great violence.
I think those are resemblances.
There has now been a moment.
We get one day. I want me. You just start impromping and see if you can out improv that person.
No.
All right. So I am the game master, weaver of fate, teller of stories. And with that, we will now jump back in to the 5 of you who failed. For a moment, there was this intense white turquoise-esque flash that almost seemed to blind you. It wasn't painful. And when it's just a split second, when that flash faded, you see where that iron drac, that iron behemoth of a monster is now gone.
Anything happen to me because I'm holding on to it?
Nope.
Okay. Just making sure.
Just your arms closed.
Yeah, like essentially. So with that, we jump back now to the top of the round. Nathaniel.
Cool.
They're still.
All right, then keep your secrets.
I look to the infiltrator that.
He's just
the one who's not being turned to stone. Does he have one of those necklaces around his neck?
Roll me a perception check.
25.
He does not.
Cool. I'm gonna check the one who's turning to stone and make
Also
sure.
does not.
Perfect. This is a lot easier than. Hop.
Yeah. So what's your movement, by the way?
Half to be 15. Yeah.
There's not a time for
Bonus action.
Okay.
How many orders can I give out in one bonus action?
What do you mean orders?
Because you said we could get the help of
Oh,
the people.
one. You can ask for either help for the paladins or the clerics, or the guardsmen. You get one. Yeah.
Everybody gets one.
Okay. Nathaniel's gonna yell for the clerics to actually help. Hemlock.
Okay.
Because Hemlock's got one big guy by himself.
Okay.
And then action, I'm gonna be swinging on this guy.
All right. That's from the infiltrators.
Dirty 20.
Hits.
Good. I was about to be so sad.
Get him, buddy.
1, 8, and then 3, 11, 16 damage.
16 damage. He's taking a little bit of damage. He's not looking very good.
Good. Yeah, and that's just gonna be my action.
Okay. Finnegan, you're up with Halifar on deck.
I mean, I can't reach any further.
How far do you need to go? You start
35.
here? 35 or 40?
40.
Yeah, you got the
10, 20, 30, 40.
you got the card of your additional movement.
And
Where is Reginald as? Oh no, what was his name? Is that was the name of your panel?
he's hanging out over here by the wall.
Original.
Reginald's the.
Didn't realize that there was a beast companion wizard.
Yeah, they're just called conjurers.
Not wrong.
Conjuration do a lot of summoning.
I will.
Oh, here comes the parade again.
I'm going to cast. Make sure I've got this stuff. Yep.
I'm seeing two.
I'm going to
different
cast
roles.
Enlarge on Hemlock.
On Hemlock.
Yep.
Okay.
Hemlock becomes big boy.
All right. Let me see here. Yeah, I have enlarged. Okay. Oh yeah, Hemlock is enlarged.
Yep, because so my daggers will fall to the ground because it's concentration.
Yep.
So yeah, he gets extra D4 on damage, advantage on strength strength checks and saving throws. I have a -4 to my spellcasting shit right now, so I'm not trying to do anything that requires that. And then I will use my circlet to fire off with my bonus action one of the small motes to do character level plus my spellcasting.
That has their HP
mod.
on.
So it would be.
It's just like throwing away the microwave instructions for food.
That's the wrong page.
So he will take that. The big guy that Hemlock's fighting will take 20 damage.
20. Threw away the wrong pick. Okay. All right. That's the wrong one. 20. All right. Cool. All right. So, anything else?
That'll be it.
All right. It is now Halifar's turn. He is going to turn to the one that is turning into stone. Make sure that he has access to the spell. He does. Beautiful. Okay, so.
So anyway, he cast Shatter on the stone body.
No, actually.
How dare you?
There it is. Okay, so you watch as he raises his hand, and it's like his finger becomes extended, and sick black necrotic energy flows through it. As the target must make a con saving throw. That is a failure. It now takes 78 plus 30 necrotic damage on the failed save. It's dead.
Dead.
Finger of death.
Yeah. You know what happens next, right?
I didn't read that part.
Next turn, it comes back.
Oh, right,
and
it
I'm dead.
resurrected. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm
Alive.
alive. Well, put it back. Watch TV.
I'm dead.
So that one is dead. Alright.
So he did.
Now we have the other NPCs.
I'm still turning it to stone.
Boom.
The paladins are going to. They see you got this in hand. They're going to begin to kind of move to secure the area, as will the guards. The cleric's turn. One will cast guidance on Halifar. One will cast enhance ability, going dual strength on Halifar.
Halifar or Hemlock?
Thank you, Hemlock. Thank you, Hemlock.
You
A
fool.
lot of H's. I got to change that. Okay, up next. Speaking of fools, Karen, your turn.
Here comes Haggerty. Alright, so I am going to use my bonus action to transfer the Hunter's Mark that was on this guy over to this guy.
By the way, you do notice that the blue wall of force is gone.
Give me a Hunter's Mark.
Yes. Somehow our guy
Thank you
disappeared.
so much. And then I'm going to come up to that guy.
Hey, friend.
Hi, buddy.
You just see Hemlock. Hi, Karen.
What's wrong with your voice?
I don't know. Very big all of a sudden, though.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot that happened for a second. There's a, oh, here. Oh, God. There's another one. Alright, and I'm going to, with my sword. No advantage on this, right?
Currently, no.
Okay, thank you. That's going to be a 23.
Hits.
I hate you.
21 points of damage.
Yep.
Second attack, 28.
Hits.
Get a boy.
Best. 19. Let's pump Colossus Slayer in there.
Okay.
So 26 points of damage on that one.
All right. Tell me how it happens.
All right.
Now I can throw this away.
Has this guy been hit by an arrow?
Yeah, like he's got a massive chunk missing off the top of his mouth.
I would like to use that arrow to climb up to his face and just chop his head off.
All right, simple enough. This
I
thing
gotta get up there. So.
Basically, you're watching a fight of the kaiju as Hemlock has thrown his sword down and is just like waylaying into this thing.
Just gonna scoot right in here real quick.
As you like leap up onto the tail, run up, grab the wings, jump, grab the arrow, use as a springboard to go up and over, landing on his like shoulders, that draconian head between your legs, right in your knees. You just look down like, hello.
Hello there.
Straight down into it, driving through the roof of his mouth, kind of just roll me a dex save.
Oh gosh. 26.
That's you like holding onto your sword, essentially
You make
riding
it an 8.
Huh?
That's not required. You need your glasses.
There you
Okay,
go.
fine.
Hey.
24. As you just holding onto the sword, basically riding this thing down to the ground. As this one is now dead as well.
Eco boom.
Ikubo.
It does go boom. Death throws. So I need a saving throw from 20 feet.
That's
I'm
Yep.
just out of range.
Oh dear.
Are you?
no, you were at 15. He was right here. 5, 10, 15.
But remember, Hemlock is really big.
But you're behind the small guy.
But if he were an appropriate size,
I need
That's why I'm moving
dexterity
there.
saving throws
He
from
was-
you three.
Oh
You
no.
have +5 from Hemlock.
Oh, I got +5 on this. Wow.
dexterity.
Hemlock actually failed.
Oh,
He's going to use
better.
Indomitable. Oh, the
Um,
exact same thing.
I have Indomitable.
I'm gonna use an
Well, I'm gonna reroll that.
inspiration.
You forget I have Indomitable.
+5.
It's not that
17.
one, but-
Passed.
24.
How would he get some
So only Hemlock is taking the full 8d6.
Maybe 18 and
26.
Oh,
2. His
no.
character. I don't
Yeah,
ask questions.
okay.
Oh, did it a deer.
Hemlock,
shit.
Hemlock failed with a +5.
Yeah, he rolled a base of a 2. I'm sorry, a base of a 9.
Oh, never mind.
Here, let's make it worse.
Well, because you had 9 pleasant feet, missed by 1. So, 6.
Did he use his guidance?
He did not use guidance.
Which
that
means he
He
passes.
passed. He's only taking half as well.
There's too much shit going on.
6,
Let's just say we win.
18.
No, we got one less guy to beat the
So
shit out
the
of.
4 6s are 24, 29, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 fire damage, half to 19.
Damn.
I'm gonna laugh if I walk out of this fight with more HP than when I walked in.
That would be funny.
Because I still have more HP than when I walked into
I
this
almost
fight.
did.
Kieran, anything else?
I shoot Montel.
I will.
With the pistol.
I will use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements.
Okay.
So I will take half again.
So be 10.
I keep that spell up all the time, and I have never gotten a fucking chance to use it. Fire. It counts.
Yeah, it was fire damage.
Okay.
So with that, we have Rikara with Hemlock on deck after that.
Is my storm sphere still up?
It is.
It would he's still creeping on the other infiltrator. Did he ever take a turn or anything? Because it's still my turn, and we
Oh,
went
that's right.
through
He
and
did take turn before. Was there a save need to be made?
a
or-
strength save. At
11.
18. Oh, okay. So that
They don't have very high strengths. Their deck saves are ridiculous. Though.
I feel like me and this thing gets along.
he would have taken.
I doubt it.
Probably not. No one likes me.
6 plus 2. 8 bludgeon damage on his turn.
Okay.
And okay, now my turn.
By the way, the one that is dead, it did explode, but nobody is within 10 feet of it. So he just kind of.
So I guess flesh to stone drop.
I'll just move that way
Or
just for
is it just
kicks.
part of it that is
It's
still.
part of it going to 0, yeah. Just, yeah.
I was hoping there'd still just be a stone lower half.
You know, yeah, I'll let you just. There's just like the top half. You have stone legs.
Perfect. I'm gonna sell it.
I'll throw a guiding bolt at the last one.
Sculptures, people. Sculptures.
22 to hit.
Definitely
This I
hits.
love.
Says the halfling who, for an entire session, was pretending to be pieces of artwork to infiltrate the Draconian embassy.
That is
Workable.
Did it work?
16 radiant damage,
Did I die?
and then for a bonus
Not yet.
action,
Not at that time.
Just want to like an art.
no,
Not since the
stop
last
that.
time.
Stop. I'll send a lightning bolt from the storm sphere at him,
Okay.
and I get advantage because he's within the
Yep.
storm sphere. All right. 25 to hit.
Hits.
25.
Get it, Ricardo.
Get him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All
Ooh.
that damage.
Well, 10, 22 lightning damage.
22. What does it look like as you fry this guy alive? Well, not no longer alive.
Just his skeleton lights up.
The classic cartoon.
Oh, and then it goes off.
See, if this were realistic, it would be
He
his
looks-
nervous system, not his
He looks like Marv in Home Alone 2.
So, this one, I need everyone within 10 feet of him to make a a dexterity saving throw. It's a death throws.
So, Halifar and mine.
Yep. Explain
Yeah,
yourself.
Halifar and Montel, that's it.
Absorb elements.
Rumble. Actually, it's a little here, be easier.
I'm seeing if he's gonna save me from damage before I
That
announce it.
little bit kind of reminded me of Sweeney Todd.
Especially that right there. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the intro, just about.
Actually, what it reminded me of is that little interlude
Ah, cool.
after.
So that is a
There's no
failure.
play. There's
We both
No
fail.
place like
no place like London,
See, this-
and then it
that's
transfers
What
to
was
this is Lubbock
Halifar's roll
shop.
on the dice?
2.
Make it an 8.
The Matrix broke.
Plus 6.
The Matrix
Would he
broke
pass?
there for a bit.
He would, yes.
I fail.
All right.
Oh.
So, he will
If only
take
you'd have said that first.
no damage.
I did.
You will take 21 points of acid damage.
You'll be okay. Nothing you haven't dealt with before.
I'm holding up concentration.
Actually, I'm
amazing.
sorry, no. That's an infiltrator. There is no save. It just splashes on you and you take... Halifar must make a con saving throw.
Oh no.
Yeah, we both had to.
He's fine. Okay.
Cool.
Still holding strong on that. You can now take an action to wipe the acid off of you, essentially. But with that, that's the last one. Combat is ended. And with that,
How's that zombie looking?
It's only a pair of legs that are stoned.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
We did it.
with that, combat has ended.
Can I go investigate where the mastermind was if the pendant is left?
You can, and the pendant is there. Yes.
Pick it up.
Wait, let me double check on the
Did we
Yeah.
find... Was the leader of, like, the big draconian guy, was he amongst this group?
He was. That was one of the there was one of the masterminds. Is the recognizes the one who was like up in the top. You would recognize him, especially because you saw him there. The one that was kind of like leading doing the prayer to Bahamut, not Bahamut, Tiamat. That was the one standing right here in front near the
gate.
near the gate.
Okay.
Yeah. So as combat ends, you hear the sound of rushing feet, and from inside the charred ruins. Inside the charred ruins of the council, you see the building, like the rubble, start to shift and move as a large force wall pushes up, and staying in the center, surrounded by the entire council, safe and sound. You see Archmage Deatrice as he lowers his staff, having thrown up a wall of force in time to save them from the collapse of the inside. So the council is safe. But there's a lot of questions going on as Hemlock, still very, very large, turns around and goes, Mr. Finnegan, could you please, I need to.
Did you roll your concentration check?
I mean, I didn't. But
You watch as he starts to walk forward and return to his normal size.
that's kind of shit.
The remaining guards are supposed to be moving around,
Yep, he's already
gathering up,
small.
gathering up the various
Or
bodies. You see some of them, pulling what remains of the dreadnoughts and such into a massive pile. The counselors kind of sitting there talking amongst themselves. As Halifar, everyone to roll either a perception or a arcana check.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works for me. Arcana?
Natural 20 for 27.
Okay.
Perception going for 17 on that check.
Okay.
Nothing.
25 perception.
28 Arcana.
29 perception.
25 perception.
Okay. If you beat a DC of 17 on perception check, you can see Halifar standing there very rigidly for another 45, 50 seconds. On your Arcana check, you can see gathered in his fist, he is maintaining concentration on the spell, that as that minute comes to an end, you see the magic naturally and normally end.
Can I approach him?
You kind of turns and, oh, Rakara, I'm so glad you were able to come when you did that. That was getting very, it was getting a very bad fight if that Iron Drac had gone off again. You saw what it did the first time it fired that weapon. Me and the counselors were really walking up the council hall when, as he points to the remnants of the Draconic embassy, the Croton embassy, just destroyed, torn apart. Was when the building literally exploded and that thing came thundering out through the perimeter wall and fired a massive volley of fire and molten lead. As he points to the damage you now see along the front. Thankfully, the Archmage was able to throw up some protection for himself and careful, Finnegan. There's still some loose rocks. For himself and the counselors. And Hemlock was also within range that we were able to engage with. But without you and your friends, I don't think it would have been over as quickly or as. You see him, he looks around. Roll real quick. While there are about 15 or so guardsmen on the ground, there are an additional 10 or 12 draconian bodies, or the remains of them. Of the 12 guardsmen that are down, only 3 look to be not moving, but their bodies were slashed or stabbed, so they could be revived. They're not beyond being revived through magic.
Like revivify?
Revivify.
Oh.
Yeah. You see clerics moving quickly, starting to cast revivify spells, raise that kind of stuff.
I'll send telepathically to him whenever you're through talking to the council. We really need to talk about what's going on with these stones.
I believe you are correct. Bakara, let me go and speak with them and see what needs to be done. As you watch as he turns, you actually see the Archmage moving quickly toward him. He goes, Halifar, I have to go. Yes, this go. So we will do this. As he looks at the rest of you and goes, well done. Before you see him disappear, for a moment, having again there was like a strain of like a sweat of exertion for teleporting. He goes, he's heading to shut down the teleportation circle. Thankfully, I was able to get to tell the counselors, and they believed me. And we will do this more. I need to, as you see the counselors. I'll be right as he moves quickly toward his fellow counselors. Kenlock giving a nod to him as the city commander approaching the group of you sees, well, not that I'm complaining, but what the hell took you all so long? Kind of chuckles a little bit and goes, no, the 7 of you arrived right when you needed to. You were an extraordinary help. I would have lost, more of these men would be permanently in the ground if you had not gotten here when you did. I know a little bit of what was happening at the docks. Do you have any other? I told there was an attack there as well. That there were some casualties. There was one reported fatality that I'm still waiting to hear word from about it.
There was an attack by one of these mishap that we couldn't control. We alleviated as much as we could in the moment. But
it's the strangest thing. Right before they opened fire with that iron beast, they yelled that this was in retaliation for the attack on their emissaries here. That war had been declared and they are defending themselves. I guess they were trying to paint what happened at the docks.
exactly, they were trying to blame this. This is beyond just what's happening here in Port Laven.
It's very. Nathaniel, what are you doing with those pair of legs?
I'm gonna sell them.
Lad, that's evident. Call it a bounty. It's yours, Nathaniel.
Thank you.
I have a DM question.
Yes.
Spell used allegedly would have been banishment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I have the same question, and I was gonna bring that up later.
So was that native to another plane?
It was not. There was nothing about it that seemed native to a different plane. There was something. Roll me an Arcana check.
Well, here's my question.
Okay.
At the end of the minute, it would return.
It normally would. You're correct.
Okay.
Normally,
But behind the scenes shit.
Roll me an Arcana check.
I would also
22?
like to roll this
22.
Arcana just because I also know what's going on.
Yeah. We all 3 have banishment. So.
The answer is no.
While not high enough, you do glean that as the spell was ending.
I'll use inspiration.
Okay.
If
okay.
that's not
All right.
Don't worry, sir, because that was just a 7 on the dice.
Okay.
Damn it. It's lower. I'll use another inspiration. What was my first roll? 7?
Your first was a 7, so you've rolled a 4 and a 6 since then.
Try rolling physical dice. I'll give you a free one.
Oh, that's what I did the first time.
This gives me an extra free physical.
Okay, that's much better. 33?
He was 30. As the spell of banishment was ending, for a moment, it was almost imperceptible, a second spell was woven into it. It returned to this plane, it just didn't return to this point. It was sent somewhere. On a 30, the energy that this individual called on to use that magic, it was not energy called from the ley lines, it was energy called from a more primordial source.
that individual still here?
Currently, he is.
That's it for now.
Okay. Hemlock just kind of shakes his head. It's at this moment you see a young boy wearing the mark of a squire or page of the city guard comes running up. He goes, Commander Hemlock. He goes, what is it, lad? He sees he's carrying several papers. He goes, oh, damage and casualty reports. So he hands it to him. Goes, this begins to them through. He goes, well, thankfully most of these appear to just be injury. Those that are fatally injured, they were being able to be helped by their own clerics. There's notation that the seven of you were instrumental, and he pauses and he looks back down at what you can see is the fatality list. One name. So he goes, oh, God's no. The name that he looks up, the name that, I'm not going to make you roll for it, is Alistair Medale. He looks up and goes, That's Sergeant Medale's son. Yes, sir, it's a stepson. He was just. I thank you, son. Return to your post. Oh, yes, Commander. He runs off. He turns, and goes, oh shit. I need. You see him look back down at the report. It was, according to this, he took the brunt of whatever that. He points to where the points to the dead, well, the remains of the mastermind. Whatever the thing did at the docks, he took the full force of it. It says here, though, that one of his. So out of game, because I want to do this in character. I'll tell you what happened. The two guards that showed up for the original infiltrator, when he turned to Goop, they turned to Rand to help out with Mastermind. I mentioned that the two guards who were there got thrown off into the harbor. One of them that took it in front, took it full in the face, was the young man named Alistair Medale. He is Sergeant Medale's stepson. And for those of you who are having to remembering, Sergeant Medale is the halfling sergeant for the rural legion that was guarding the carnival.
Who was also the first one to show up to sing.
Yep. His son's body was damaged beyond any sort of ability to recover. However, the reason his son took the full brunt is he stepped in front of his partner. And so when it hit them, the son's body was utterly, catastrophically decimated. But the other one just got small bruises and cuts as they were thrown into the harbor. You see Hemlock kind of, if you'll excuse me, I need to head to the docks to.
Do you need us to do anything with this?
He turns and goes, I think the council would like to have a word with you, and I know Halifar has some information about what may be. Excuse me. As he turns, kind of walks.
Is there still a body?
Not enough to magically repair.
It's been decimated.
You haven't read Resurrection, have you?
It's been reduced by 1/10.
Resurrection fully repairs all damage. True resurrection will bring back from nothing.
Because true resurrection will give a new body.
And I need to read Resurrection.
Good God, can't anyone say dead
8th
anymore?
level.
No.
7th.
That was 8th.
Nope. 7th.
All right.
You got 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th.
He was in heaven.
There it is. Yeah.
All mortal wounds. It does specify the spell closes all mortal wounds. Restores any missing body parts. He's little more than like a paste and like.
Okay. That's why I asked if there's a body, but when you said that's why I meant like, is there a full physical? But if it's a chunks thing, then I can't do anything. That's why I was asking.
Like he was. I mean,
I still can technically do something, but we'll get there later.
essentially he
No.
I'll give you a real world term, and apologize for any of our viewers if this is content warning. He took an IED less than a foot from it.
Hmm.
There may be something left, but not enough to call it a body. So with that, as Hemlock kind of moves off, you do hear the sound of approaching feet as the council kind of standing behind Halifar, like just looking around at the decimation, the destruction that has happened here. Halifar stepped out and goes, I've sent word to the other capital cities. They have begun to immediately, at least for the moment, decommission their teleportation circles. I fear that was going to be how they infiltrated our cities. Something is not. I think these Draconians are attempting to realign the very ley lines of magic within Vetera. I can feel the magic itself being redirected, being pulled, being changed. The teleportation circles tap into the ley lines to guide even minute spells at certain levels that could easily be affected if not able to tap into the prime lines of magic, so to speak. So for the moment, and the council agrees with me, and so do the other ruling bodies of Ironhaven, of Mythal, of Lasgard, of Perth, we for the moment believe that it is best if the teleportation circles are powered down.
Have you spoken to Ophalos?
I have reached out to Lord Noranel. I'm waiting to get back from him. Apparently there has been a incursion in Caracas. 3 elven ships appeared in the sunken harbor, all of them bearing Draconian shock troops. Thankfully, from what I understand, your sister, Fenriel, managed to mount a very quick defense and even called in the Wolven Riders for help. They are currently pushed back the wave, though some, they say a few, no more than maybe a dozen or so managed to break through their lines and leave Caracas. The remaining Draconians were pushed into the sea. But there are still 2 or 3 squads, a company of Draconians running loose on Ilthalas, and that is currently what Lord Noranel and the Queen and the Regent are trying to deal with. It appears, as far as I understand, and my contacts in Stornacourt as well, that Draconians cross the strait, that they are pushing across off. It appears that Draconians have started a war with the Shattered Continent.
On all fronts.
On all fronts. Why? My best guess is to keep us busy. There is something going on in Kralot that even now I feel as if it's something that will redefine this age. It is something on a level that has not been seen since the end of the Drakan Empire, since the comet fell. They are planning something. I'm not sure, but it has to do with the ley lines. And the only things that can affect them. And make a roll. Everyone make me a perception check. Eight. 15.
31.
11.
31.
18.
18.
Powers combined, we see shit.
You for a moment, because not even Halifar made the roll, but it did give him pause. for a moment, it's like a strong invisible force or wind blew in from the east to the west. Enough that you didn't feel the tug on your body, but on your soul, on the essence of your magics. It's like something pulled hard. As Halifar continues, it would take a massive amount of energy, and his eyes suddenly go wide as he realizes today is the equinox. Sorry, spring solstice. Right? No.
Winter solstice.
Was winter solstice? Thank you.
Solstice, spring.
Wrong. I'm in the wrong game. Sorry, winter solstice. Thank you. See, he kind of raises it. He goes, "It is the solstice today. The sun will align. What time?" So you see him like pull out a chronometer, starts looking through it. It's 11 here.
How far? What's
As this is out, I would like to try to study as much as I can. That way,
Roll perception check.
just trying to see if
He goes,
I can figure out the time
We
with
have
him.
3 hours. We have 3 hours to.
17.
If it's Krylot is roughly three hours behind Port Blaven. So when it's 3 o'clock here, it'll be high noon in Krylot. We just passed through the horizontal eclipse, and you told me you saw the energies that could be pulled through when the moon and the planet, or the moons and the planet are aligned with the sun. Imagine a day when the sun is aligned perfectly above the world of Phaetera, aligning so that the moons are on the opposite side of it. Again, when the celestial bodies of this world align, things happen. The power of the ley lines are empowered, they're emboldened, and if someone has managed to take and pull them into a singular point, they have control of that magic. Said from what I see, as he points to the Draconians, everything is happening on Krylot. And I just shut down the quickest way for us to get there en masse.
not quite. I can get us there.
How?
Teleport.
Makara, to transport that far, you will have to reach into the prime ley lines. Right now, I do not think you should attempt that.
What time is it right now?
Right now in Port Blaven is 11 o'clock. So that means it's just now in the morning,
And so at noon is when this solstice will be most powerful?
so at noon is when the sun is directly above a point on the earth,
Mhm.
point of Phaetera. And at noon in Krylot, it will be roughly 3 o'clock here in Port Blaven.
Okay. We just need the time for here.
It'd be roughly 3 o'clock here will be noontime in
Yeah.
Krylot.
Well, no. We just need the time here for it to be noon. We'll have a way to be able to draw more energy. If it's noon here and that's when the solstice is, that means our part of the ley line will be energized, meaning he could draw more energy.
Not if
It
they
is
do
a-
not if they
It
do
is a
first.
gamble and a risk.
That's-
No, we would have the opportunity to do it first.
Think of the ley lines, Nathaniel, as rivers, as fast-moving streams. And they can normally there is a massive pool that they reach out from and encircle the world. Somebody has put a vortex, a suction in the base of that pool, and everything is rushing back to it. That means there's no way to control the amount of energy that you're tapping into, nor its content or condition. Rakata could reach into there to a simple teleport spell and cast you all across the plains.
What if we can filter it?
It would take something along the power of a deity.
Perfect.
You have such an item.
I pull my weapon. Use me as the filter. I've done it before.
I
No, wait,
was actually
wait.
gonna do something similar.
Well,
No, because
When he says
I'm totally
deity,
okay with this.
pull the pendants out. The pendants have him. The pendants are him. They're Godstone. I'll telepathically.
I'll
do
take
that.
my Power Ranger weapon out and place it on the thing as well. And my
Wait, which metal is it made out of?
His is made of the Star Stone.
Is
The
it,
Star,
is it
Star
the
Metal.
same thing that I have
Yes.
a chunk of that Halifar knows I have?
You do. That is it. She goes, you are wanting to ride the energies of this ley line to Krillot. Not stop it. You essentially want to grab hold and use it.
Right.
And
Ride the lightning.
that may be possible. We have to work, and we have to work fast. We need to go to the academy. We even with the teleportation circle down, like we can still use the manic and power crystals within it to essentially act as a.
Then let's start moving now. Explain while we
I'm
walk.
gonna do something while we're walking though.
Okay.
Mormon car moves through every plane. My divine intervention time. Clock has reset.
It has.
I could ask him to help guide the teleportation as he is unaffected by the movement of these ley lines. How's that for a dirty thought?
Believe it or not, I was prepared for the normal card aspect. That is one possible way.
We have a 14% chance.
There also there is you were hitting. I want to make sure you were, because I had also had the intention of you could attempt to grab onto this energy and let it like magically carry you to where it's going, or at least part of the way to where it's going. Because things, there's story points.
Wibbly wobbly things.
Wibbly wobbly things. You have another way if you can work it properly. But so with that, you all begin rushing toward the academy.
Mm-hmm.
So from where you are running, it'll take you about 30 minutes to reach the academy. What's everybody doing as you do this? What's going through your mind? What are you thinking about? What's happening? What are you wanting to do? We'll start with Kieran.
I mean, I'm trying to. I don't understand. I know very little magic, and so I don't fully grasp everything that's being said. But I know that the things that are wanting to be attempted sound reckless, dangerous, and I'm not. I mean, I may just have to go along with it because I don't. I'm unable to contribute in any other way.
Okay.
So, a lot of frustration from him.
Okay.
Because of that.
There's a thought of a question of a prayer going through his head, a connection to this person who was doing their job and something went wrong and now they are not, and figuring out how to ask if their life, he did nothing to deserve what he got. If this Alistair sacrificing himself had earned the right to be given the choice to come back if there was a way. But especially that just kindred of line of work, something goes wrong, your life is over before it began.
I'm going to telepathically reach out to Alpar as we are running,
How do you
And-
telepathically reach out to him?
because
Yes,
I'm
boss.
a cool ass halfling.
That's what's happening.
So just go Kith came from that.
That'll do it.
When you reach out to Halifar, for a moment, it's as if he has, in the worry, in the intensity of the moment, he has dropped all of his wards, all of his mental shields, his mental blocks, and you make contact with a consciousness that is far vaster than anything you've even come across before. A consciousness that, even in the moment of running and exertion, you feel a chill pass over you. Then, almost in a second, those wards and that mental shielding comes back as he realizes, but then he accepts your mental link as you begin to speak.
All right. Halifor, I would suggest seeking out Sam Ding in our home when you get ready to study that siege engine that they brought.
I will keep that in mind, Mr. Fagan. Though I have no idea what you're talking about. You can feel a sly kind of chuckle across the telepathic link.
Yeah, that'll be it for me. I'll call Reginald.
Nathaniel is accepting his death.
Okay.
And is preparing for in case he needs to be a filter again. And is hoping his body can hold it.
Make me it's called a charisma check.
11.
Do you have Mori drawn, or is back in its? You summoned it.
I don't think there is any point during any of this where I'm going to put it away.
Okay. As you're thinking this, as you're going through this in your mind, as you're making peace with your past actions, and you have done this a lot before, Nathaniel, where you are willing to lay down who you are, every aspect of yourself, to the point where to some it's always, well, there goes Nathaniel, he's going to jump off the cliff and die first. But there's something different here. There's a chillness, a coldness that comes through your blade into your hand. Or do you carry her in your palm or in your metal hand?
In my palm.
It's a coldness that reminds you of the grave. A coldness that tells you, should it require it, should you make that sacrifice, this time you may not come back. Now more than ever, you're realizing that in this point, that walk you take may be the final one.
And I figured it would be.
As we're running along, Ricard has one of the pendants out. The blade is out this way because you don't run with scissors this way. And he is open ring, communicating with the group everything he knows about Hope, Saldor, its true name. When it fell, it gave itself. This is a piece of him. Somehow they're using him to do their evil, and maybe this piece can help us guide back to Kralot.
Grim, back when this had ended and most of the discussions began, had activated his troll skin armor so he would sit there and heal slowly as time passed. Don't know how long it would be. Only lasted for about a minute. But as he's walking now, he's seen the pages. He heard the name. Still knowing he did not act fast enough, and he acted in what he now considers complete and blind idiocy. He doomed those people to pain and death. And now he's walking to go to Kralot. And he's going to make sure that does not happen again.
Finreal is thinking about what he considers his personal failure in all of this, because he heard the mechanical sound from the building before it ever came out. He knew something was about to happen, and yet when they were on the docks, he had an arrow drawn and ready and did not take a shot. Instead, he was selfish in the wanting to have Graham show this guy that he was underestimating him. And because of that, it directly led to the death of an innocent. And now, because all of this is going on because of that and because of what he thinks of as his inaction, he has to just trust that his family has Ilthalas taken care of while he goes with everyone else to Kralot.
Past mistakes, past regrets, future endeavors, ideas of remembrance. These are what push you ever forward, natural ones. As you move into the academy courtyard following Halifar, as you move toward the building where the teleportation circle stands, is engraved. You rush in past the Archmage, very confused, as you all move to the circle. I'm not going to go into any mumbo jumbo about what is set up. Halifar manages to do what he needs to. He directs Finnegan and the spellcasters to realign stones, to reset sigils. Instead of normally how a teleportation circle works, where it is a loop, a circle of energy passing back and forth, he has turned it into a giant net, into a cup, to catch the energy and be pushed along by it. As you all step in, well, before you all step in, I need to know, as there is only enough fortitude, there's these crystals, as he tells you, the crystals will only allow one time at this. This will shatter and destroy, and we will have to reset and reform the teleportation circle here in Port Blaven. That will take months. There's only one shot at this. Who wants to make it?
I have to.
Very well, Ricard. Natural ones. Whatever providence, whatever power I have, I send with you. Whatever magic there is in trust and friendship, whatever hope and whatever will can draw forth the power in this world, I send with you. As he steps back, go fight the good fight, my friends, and may history and legend ring with your names. So, natural ones, what do y'all do? Consider this almost like a resurrection spell. Each of you, should you wish, can bring something to this. You will reduce DC by 1 for each thing you add.
Since the issues we've been having with what happened to Grimm, the visits and everything else, I'm going to take a death orchid and I'm going to hand it to Ricard and say, we are with you no matter what.
Okay.
And hand on his shoulder.
All right. Roll me a spellcasting check with proficiency.
be 23.
3. Okay. Who's next?
Maury's still in hand. Nathaniel is not out loud. He's going to offer himself as a focal point to whatever magic is there. In Maury, in the ley lines, in general. To act as a extra stone. An extra channel of this focus as he puts his mechanical arm onto Rikara.
Same thing. Spellcasting check with proficiency.
25.
25.
I'll go last if that's alright.
Okay. Who's next?
I will reach over and place my hand on Ricard's back. The small of his back.
Like
Okay.
wings.
And
Very small.
place the key forward, sort of. You placed your sword forward, right?
No.
Or no? How are you
He's standing there.
So the sword is down to the ground where the energy would be pulled from.
So
Okay.
you're going to hold almost like as a tuning fork in front of you?
Yes.
That will give advantage to the roll you'll be making here in a moment.
Okay.
Roll me a spellcasting check with proficiency.
25.
Sitting right in there.
Okay.
I know it doesn't work like this, but I would like, because it's only for one target. However, with this about to send us into all somewhere, but there is the possibility of it sending everyone crazy places. I would like to try to cast Hunter's Mark on everyone so that I know where they are.
You should make me
Symbolically, if
make me a spellcasting check with proficiency.
Makes sense.
my spell casting is incredible, you guys. Which I may have needed to increase it because the spell is
The spell check will be your modifier plus proficiency.
modifier plus proficiency, which is wisdom, so it should be +7. Yeah, it's been +5 this whole time.
Okay.
Tells you how much I cast spells.
When they
All
gotta
right.
save, you ain't gotta worry.
I'm gonna use my
Inspiration.
inspirations at 2 left. It's pretty good. I'm gonna use that, and that's gonna be a 23.
23. I will say that on that casting, in the moment, magic is unusual. It's going more off of emotion and intent. That will ensure that no matter where the group is sent, you will all be sent to the same place. You have essentially brought them this. You are all going to the same place.
Mm.
Grant.
No idea.
You want to take it? You still want a moment?
I'm gonna need it because
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Benriel?
I'm actually, I haven't seen like one of these rituals,
Okay.
like how you've done it, because I'm
Yeah.
newer to the party. Would something like like that metal work, or would it be better to use something that's personal to Fenrir?
For this, because you're trying to tap into more of the ambient forces, I will let you know that bar of metal would work more. Because essentially, that's what his staff is doing. It is a tuning. That would essentially help. Would also would help things out. Yeah.
Okay, that is what he's going to put forward.
Okay.
Because there's no point in him just lugging this around if there is any chance of him actively doing something to help instead of just standing by. He's going to give all of it.
Same thing. Make me a spell casting check. Yours will have advantage due to the star and proficiency as well. 30, 20. Okay. So. Okay. If you have nothing, that's fine.
I just can't think of anything.
Well, what would Grim offer to someone?
It doesn't have to be magical, but in
Of
this
his
moment,
friend.
what would Grim offer to his friends, to Akara, to the world,
Who needs support?
to ensure that they got to where they need to go?
He would give his body at this point. How would you symbolize that?
What's
Like
Honestly,
he would
basically
put
the
it,
same thing he's
he
doing
would,
now.
he would put his life force on the line.
has Grim ever declared a following of a deity?
That would be Lunakira, goddess of strength, war, and love.
If ever a moment of prayer was needed, now is the time.
And I think right now, that last one is kind of the focal point. Your friends, your fiance.
So if Grim would like to, he could offer a simple prayer.
He, at this point, would look at what everyone's doing, kind of lifts his eyes skyward. It says, Lunakira, if those I love need protecting, now is it. Give me the strength to bear it all. And steps forward.
I want you to make me an attack roll as though you were raging.
So, be advantage as if he were raging. That is a 31.
We broke 30, guys. Finally.
Dang.
Akara.
Rakara, feeling his companions around him. The last time he was in Kralot, he watched his companions die. And now he's taking these to he knows not what. He is scared, afraid, but also encouraged by these companions around him, and he has the pendant in front of him, but he'll have his hand over not looking at the dragon thing, but just at the tip that he believes is Sador. And he's thinking of home, of his mother, his father, and all everything, just going home to see her, the gravestone.
I want you first to make me a spellcasting check with proficiency.
That is using modifiers.
It'd be modifier plus proficiency.
Yeah.
Is that the one with advantage?
So that would be like a spell attack.
It's just
yeah.
basically it's a spell check with proficiency, be spell attack. Yeah.
Is that the one with advantage?
Not yet. This is for what you're adding.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Okay.
If it's plus spell attack, that'd be a 25.
Oh, 25. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Not 20, 25.
I'm going to make a roll for an outside force. Total of 36. Your roll,
Mm-hmm.
your DC, was set for 30. Each of you rolled high enough to subtract a 1. However, if you were to break the 30 DC, you subtract 2, Mr. Grizzlebrand. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rakara, the DC for this spell check is 20.
20. All right.
With advantage. Roll me your spell check. Basically, your spell attack with advantage.
Spell it.
This is the roll plus your modifier plus proficiency.
No.
What was the roll?
It's going to be a 15.
For this moment, because everyone is poured into this, I will allow anybody to give up a point of inspiration to allow for a reroll.
Take it.
Wish I
I
had
hope.
inspiration to give.
If I had one sitting.
I got you, buddy.
All right.
Six of the beginning.
29.
In game, you feel for a moment the magic begin to slip, and in a small hand of a familiar comrade, you hear a point of inspiration for that, Mr. Karen. I've got you, buddy. From the beginning. You reach out with your magic, pulling everything from your friends, everything they have given you. You feel Montel's own life force working into this as you reach out and physically grasp onto this ley line. And all of you were ripped far across, leaving this area. There are colors and shapes and power. You are literally riding lightning at this point. As you move far out, further and further, you cast your eyes upward and see the golden sparkle of the celestial gate. You see the silver pathway that Mormoncar walks. You see beyond the astral expanse. You see hell. You see the abyss, the four planes. You see that these ley lines connect everything. And they connect nothing. Without them, Phaetera cannot exist, but at the same time it existed long before them. The gods set the ley lines in the world. The world provides the power for the ley lines. It is a cycle. Divinity, primordial, primeval, one cannot exist without the other. But all of this is lost as in a small bubble, literally protected by their comradeship, as sappy as it is. The natural ones fly toward a place unknown. I need dexterity saving throws from everyone before we end. Gabriel?
20.
Grim.
Not 1.
4.
25.
19.
18.
28. DC was 15. If you failed, you are knocked prone in 4 feet of deep snow. Grim, you're upside down in the snow. Those who passed, you stumbled, but you were on top and standing as you look around. You were in the middle of a massive snowstorm. Snow and ice blowing and whirling around you. In the distance, you see massive high peaks. And then a large shadow passes over you. Boom. Massive wings beat the air as a deep echoes as a gargantuan, draconic form lands. And we'll pick up there. 2 weeks from today. Welcome to Krillot.
2 weeks.
Yeah, next week is Easter. Well, yo, guys,
Ah, what better way
Yeah.
to celebrate the new
I
Lord?
certainly wouldn't want my Easter egg hunt to be, pushed back after 6 p.m. in the evening time.
Seriously. I'm good.
Might be a good thing
Let me
with
make
metal.
sure that the store will be open Sunday. That's
Yeah,
also
that's the other thing.
So make sure that if the
Because
hive is
the
open,
store has
Or
family.
maybe we could, Kevin James.
I know the
just
answer
let
to
us
this,
in.
but if you
Just
wanted
let
this
us in.
discussion to be off stream,
we
can
will
do
have
that.
this off stream. But yeah, I will let you know that Rakara, you do recognize that you are in the northern mountains. But yeah, congratulations, natural ones. I will give everyone an additional point of inspiration for an amazing session. Great role play. And yeah, so folks, with that, the natural ones have arrived at the home of the Dragonborns.
You did it, guys.
But yeah. By the way, Jeff, I love the fact that even though he right there at the end he didn't think what to do, that role you made. Bravo, sir. Bravo. So for those of you on stream, thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to check out the podcast Putting the Vintage. Comes up this Thursday. Myself, James Bardwell, Elder Finn, discussing how D&D's affected media, that kind of stuff. If you like what you see here, please support us. Twitch, YouTube. If you want to catch up what you're missing, the Natural Ones are currently, it's a podcast form now. Just search the GM on iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you take your podcasts. And again, thank you so much to Chaos Media for that. I really appreciate it. So with that, again, follow me. Follow, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, do all that to keep up with the Southern GM. A lot of stuff coming down the pipe for that. Including a massive giveaway on TikTok. Look for a video for that. But yeah, thank you guys so very, very much, and we will end the stream.